Mic check, mic check. Man, this is a good feeling. No better feeling in the world. Being on live. Everybody send me a shout out. Y'all say hello to me. Give me a thumbs up. Y'all give me a like. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear me. I am live. Who's on? We got 2 people on already. That's awesome. That's a good thing. We got an awesome topic today. We're gonna have a whole bunch of energy today. We're gonna have just enthusiasm, energy. We have Brother Rico on. I think Manuel's supposed to be coming on today, unless he had something to happen or whatever. But we will be on today. Y'all send me a thumbs up, just saying that y'all can hear me. Kiva, hello. Thanks so much for the thumbs up. Y'all can hear me all right? You can hear me all right? Um, what are we talking about today? We are talking about mic check 1 2 1 2. Sounds like a rapper, Coach. LOL. Hey, Pimp Boy, BK, what's up, man? Always good to see you in the house, in the building. Good to see you. Um, we are talking about today. We are talking about is the Dominican Republic. Patrick, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Uh, Patricia, Patricia Weist, thank you so much. Um, we're talking about is the Dominican Republic being Americanized? What is going on with the Dominican Republic? Is it being Dominicanized? Is it being Dominicanized? Is it being Americanized? So greetings, Dava, Bucha. Hello, man. Hope all is well. Brother Rico's gonna be on. Manuel supposed to be on. When I put Manuel up, he says he's gonna be on, but let me tell you this: it's tough sometimes, especially in where he lives in San Cristobal, because they have a lot of power outages, and sometimes he runs into issues. Sometimes he has emergencies and things like that. So he's an awesome guy. So don't just think he's just like not telling the truth or something like that. But he's a hardworking guy, and he's on as much as he can. So hopefully Manuel comes on. As always, I know you guys love Brother Rico, but before I bring Brother Rico on, I'm just gonna talk about everything what's going on with me and what's going on when I plan on going back to the Dominican Republic, and also I'm going to be talking about the documentary. We just started shooting the documentary. It's going good. I'm excited about that. Uh, just so excited about it. It's called Prime Time for the Truth, and it's just a good feeling just getting started. I've been talking about it, and it's finally here, and hopefully it'll be out in the next 2 or 3 months. So I'll keep you guys posted with that. I'm doing good. So let's talk about the subject at hand. Is the Dominican Republic being Americanized? Is it being Americanized? Let me send my shout outs real quick to everybody. Quan, 1993. It's always good to see you. Pimp Boy, greetings from Trinidad. It's always good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for all your comments. I see all your comments that you always post, and I appreciate it. Coach, your latest video with your daughter was so emotional. It was. That was one of the Cassie. That was one of the toughest videos that I had done. It was emotional because every time I talk about my daughter, and I kind of get emotional. I can bust my son. Oh, my son's gonna be on the live today, DJ, because I'm in Dallas right now. He's going to school here. He's playing baseball, and excuse me, my allergies are bothering me today. But he's gonna be on the live today, DJ. So stay tuned for that. My son will be on the live today. Stay tuned for that. So his name is Devontae. He will be on the live today. So anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so yes, is the Dominican Republic being is it starting to become Americanized? I'm starting to see Krispy Kremes pop up in San Cristobal. They have their the Little Caesars, or is it Papa John's? Little Caesars, one of them. People have been talking about. I watch these other YouTube channels, and they talking about the the sex prices is going up, like people flying down and women charging, instead of $30, $40, they charging $50 or $60 or $70 to have sex. First of all, what are you going to the Dominican Republic to have sex for? You that lame and sorry to go have sex with somebody in the Dominican Republic or Brazil or Thailand or whatever. You wasn't getting it. If you wasn't getting it in. That don't make you feel like small when you just on top of a girl or trying to get with a girl, and you gotta come off at $35, and you got a Spirit airline ticket to the Dominican Republic for $212, and you doing it big, and you didn't saved up $1,500 for the last 6 months, and you finally getting some for $35 in the Dominican Republic. Don't tell nobody that. Don't put that on YouTube. That is so embarrassing for you to put that on YouTube. And so now you're complaining because the women in the Dominican Republic are going up on the prices, from what I hear. So you complaining about the women in Sosua and Punta Cana and Puerto Plata, the women they hitting you for $50, $60 now. What the hell are you trying to pay for some ass for anyway in the Dominican Republic? That don't make no sense. So just seeing what you didn't want to come off of it. You didn't want to come off $200, $300 in the United States, but you want to come off of, you want to pay $35 for a beautiful girl. That's what it is. That's what it is. You used to knocking down women in the United States that look like uh let me think of somebody that look rough, because I don't want to say nobody name, and then just that look like rough, that 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 look like the Whoopi Goldberg on Color Purple. I really like the way Whoopi Goldberg look, but you want to get the Color Purple. You used to knocking down and having sex with the Whoopi Goldberg looking women on Color Purple. So now you want to come to the Dominican Republic and pay $35. No, it ain't like that. That ain't happening. So uh, that's good. I'm so happy. I don't uplift prostitution, but yes, as a third world country, women in the Dominican Republic, they really, really, really have, sometimes they really have to do what they have to do to feed their children and things like that. They don't have a huge background with education and things like that. And now they're starting to see all these American people coming in, and they hitting you for $50, they hitting you for $60, they hitting you for $70. That's good. I'm so happy they tax they ass. They paid for a $145 ticket on Spirit Airlines. Now let them pay another 145 to get a beautiful woman in the Dominican Republic. That's what y'all need to tax them for, $150. So it's just disturbing to me. When Rico get on, we're gonna talk about that also. But I'm gonna go to some of these comments, and then I'm gonna come back to it. But that's just one thing I want to talk about. Yeah, since I've been in the Dominican Republic, I have been hearing the prices of like prostitution has been going up. How do you know that? How do you know that the prices of prostitution is going up? You don't put that on YouTube. Don't talk about that, because that means you paying for ass. That ain't that's not a good look. If you gonna do something on the slide, go ahead and do it in the back of the woods. Go ahead and do it up yonder somewhere, and don't put it on YouTube and talking about they going up on prices on ass in the Dominican Republic. Don't do that. Don't do that. So anyway, that's just one thing we'll talk about. Let's see. Greetings. Uh, I agree with you, Coach. I appreciate it, brother. It's just really frustrating that you don't have no game in the United States, but you want to bring you want to bring your $45.22 to the Dominican Republic and pay for some ass. That don't. And then you're gonna put it on YouTube like, ooh, I'm cool. I'm damn. And look at me. Look at me. You saved up $1,500 for 6 months. and you want to come to the Dominican Republic and get some ads and put it on YouTube. That make no sense. I just saw the video, creepy cam in the DR. Well, yeah, Corn 1993. I ain't gonna say no names or whatever, but I watched some of it on YouTube because I'm so linked in with all the different YouTube channels, and I don't really like knock too many people. But yeah, y'all have to do is just go to the YouTube channel, YouTube World, and click on the Dominican Republic, and you'll see, guys just holding the video camera, just showing ass and titties all day, and hollering and stuff like that. So hey, do you, boo boo? John Fields. I want to I want I went to the I just want to the Dominican. I just went to the Dominican Republic. That's what you probably were saying. Just went to the Dominican Republic, and nothing else. That's good. You went to the Dominican Republic to enjoy the festivities, and I mean, if you get a girl in the Dominican Republic, that's fine. It's nothing wrong with getting a girl in the Dominican Republic. Don't be showing how much the ass costs though. But John, you're right. They got so many other things to do in the Dominican Republic. You can go look at all the different museums. You can look at where the Indians and stuff were in all their caves. You can check out baseball games. You can do so many things in the Dominican Republic besides checking out some ass and buying some $45 ass or $35 ass in the Dominican Republic. So is it so? I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. Is the Dominican Republic starting to be more Americanized? From what I see, yes, 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 yes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They got YouTube out there. They know people. All the girls are starting to like. Excuse me, my allergies are bad. Excuse me today. All the girls and all the people saying, hey, these Americans got money. If they coming down here, stop giving them $45. Stop giving them 30. Stop charging them 25, 35, $40, $5. So that's the game that's played. So hey, you want to play it, just roll with it then. Quan, I just clicked on that. John Fields, I just clicked on that. Okay, Quan, 1993. Then no, in the US, that you gotta spend a couple thousand before you finally get a lucky. That's right, that's true. Yeah, unless you go to the ghetto or to the projects and you get a woman that's on crack or on drugs or something like that, and she been ran through 1,000 times, you got to go to Vegas. You got to go here. You got to go to New Orleans and get and call this escort service. So you're gonna pay $1,000. You're gonna pay $500, $600, $700. So don't act like you big time when you go to the Dominican Republic and you get a beautiful woman that look like Halle Berry or Beyonce or one of these IG models or something like that. Don't act like you're doing something. Let's see. Javon, what's up, man? Hope all is well. No, coach, these guys are used to dating women that look like JJ Evans from Good Time. Dynamite. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's even worse than The Color Purple. So yeah, you are right, man. It's just crazy, but they ain't showing them. But as soon as they get to the Dominican Republic, they want to show like they've been balling for their whole life, and they didn't picked up a dime piece. You can be 92 years old and pick up a dime piece if you got enough money in the Dominican Republic for $50, $40, $50. So don't act like you're doing something. So that is so embarrassing to me for somebody to put something on YouTube talking about, yeah, I just got this girl. She all she wanted was like $40. Do your thing. They got people know this. People know they got people that go to Brazil, go to the Dominican Republic, Thailand. They know that. But you don't put it on YouTube that you just got a piece of ass for $45. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not a good look. I promise it's not a good look. Go ahead and get JJ and stay over there. Keep your little $1,000. Like Javon say, go ahead and get JJ Evans from Good Times and then sit your ass down somewhere. So Quan, yeah, I know a couple of people who travel to the Dominican Republic for a good time monthly. Yes, I know a punch. I know. I get calls. I get calls on my WhatsApp all the time. I have a separate phone number. So I have my own personal number, and then that nobody's gonna have. And then I have my WhatsApp number that people that like when y'all want to reach out to me. Sometimes I don't feel like being bothered with. Sometimes I'm in pain. Sometimes in the hospital. Sometimes I'm spending time with my daughter. Sometimes I'm spending time with my son. I just put that phone on the side. I put that WhatsApp number on the side. But yes, I get the calls, man. Um, you know, I'll be in the Dominican Republic. You know where I can go get some ass. No, I don't know where you can get some ass at. I don't know. I don't know. Just drive around. That's what I'm gonna start. That's what I'm gonna start putting in there. Drive around. Just get in the car and drive around, or walk outside. That's how you get some ass. Yeah, I'm not an escort service. I'm not a Dominican route. Hook me up, or service like that. So now, if you're looking for a girl or something like that, and then you want some input or something on it, that's different. But don't ask me how can I get a prostitute. Don't ask me that because I'm gonna block you. I promise. I blocked 15 people and I'm gonna block you. Don't ask me that. Call one of these other sites. Text one of the other guys. The ones that be showing ass and titties all day. This channel is not all about that. So yes, it's just amazing how lame people are. I don't know if that's this new generation or what. Herbert. And the sad part about it, he alive black men coming to the Dominican Republic for sex. Yeah, it's just sad. It's just sad. Um, the white folks don't do it. I'm just gonna be real. You don't see the white folks putting stuff on YouTube, and they knocking way more women down in the Dominican Republic. Way more. Russian, uh, Pakistan, Taliban, white, green, purple, all of them. You don't see them putting it on there. I just got some ass for $45. You don't see them doing it. They go ahead and get their little cocaine and marijuana, whatever they get, and get two or three beautiful women in the Dominican Republic. Go get their little Airbnb and they go sit down somewhere. So why we can't do that as blacks? I'm not saying I'm condoning it, but don't put the shit on YouTube, please. Please don't. Don't make no sense. Herbert, you're absolutely right, brother. Uh, yeah, I hope you say I hope the Dominican Republic stay as it is. I'm really kind of getting kind of sad about it because, like, when you go to Sosua, Punta Cana, Puerto Plata, Santiago, if you're not like in San Cristobal or like the upstate and in the north, deep in the north, or like middle in the woods and all that stuff, you start to see that shit kind of like it's starting to like spread. The pizza places and San Cristobal, we just got our first Little John's, Papa John's, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, man, and the line is wrapped around the corner for lunch. And I want to hold a sign out in front and like, please don't come here all the time. This food will make you sick. All that grease, all that pepperoni, um, just you paying, if you get a whole pizza for $4, $3.75, $4, $5, something like that. I don't know how many pesos it is. I don't remember, but you know, and it's good. And don't get me wrong, I go every now and then, but I see these people, some of the same people going over and over again. And then they're gonna start swelling up and then getting diabetes and stuff like that. That's why we have a problem in the United States. We eating everything stuffed, injected with this, injected with that, steroids. I love the chickens in the Dominican Republic. The chickens in the Dominican Republic are about that small. And that's a large one. That's a large one, probably. Might be a little bit bigger than that. But just a regular chicken in the Dominican Republic, you gonna get you ain't it ain't gonna be that big, But we eat 3 times a day. I hadn't seen that in the Dominican Republic where people eat 3, 4, 5 times a day. We gotta have breakfast. We gotta have something in between breakfast to snack on. Then we gotta have lunch. Then we gotta have another snack. Then we gotta have dinner. Then we gotta have popcorn. Then we gotta have a Reese's peanut butter bar, Snicker, something to go to sleep with. So something. And it just don't make no damn sense. It's just very frustrating. So that's what's making us swell up, having diabetes, having all these heart attacks, not being able to fight COVID. I was through the COVID pandemic. For one time when COVID first started in the Dominican Republic, I was there. And when it hit the Dominican Republic, these people were, I mean, there's people that died from COVID from, we don't have no exact numbers and stuff like that. But these people wasn't dying from COVID like we was dying from COVID in the United States. And it wasn't, these older people were. Now I saw some older people were. As a matter of fact, my ex girl, not Brenda, but my ex girl, the first girl I dated, her grandfather died of COVID when COVID first hit, and he was like 82 years old. And because they tested him for him, and I was there. I got a chance to go to the funeral, and they said he passed away from COVID because I guess he was just, I mean, maybe somebody, I wasn't around him or nothing like that, but maybe somebody around him had COVID, and he just, I mean, it had to be somebody came around. And these people were, my point is, these people were fighting off COVID. They was taking these little home remedies and putting blankets over the top of their head and sweating that shit out, and taking stuff, and they got this certain type of tea that they take that is like, it's real nasty, but I even had it when I was sick and it works. And so um I believe for the most part their body was fighting a lot of those things off because they eat non-processed food. And yes, it's starting to become Americanized because now you're starting to see these pizza places come in, these, Krispy Kreme. I grew up on Krispy Kreme, and I hate that. I've been eating Krispy Kreme since I was little. But before any of y'all probably knew about Krispy Kreme came in like North Carolina, South Carolina, and Louisiana first. But now Krispy Kreme is in the Dominican Republic. These people sucking down Krispy Kreme. That ain't nothing but sugar. So we just have to understand that it going back to what Herbert said, brother. I didn't mean to get off track, but what you said was, you're absolutely right. I really hate, and I see that the Dominican Republic is starting to become more Americanized. The reason it's not going as fast is because they cannot afford it. They can't. A lot of Dominicans that work day to day, they can't afford all this fast food. They might treat themselves every now and then, but they can't afford all this fast food in the Dominican Republic. So great comment, brother. Dominican Pete, but that's not good for the Dominican Republic to become Americanized. Not at all, brother. And I kind of figured when I started talking about this, I knew that eventually it was. I know everybody was going to pretty much be saying the same thing that I was saying. Hey, real quick, let me put this link in for Brother Rico. I forgot. I know I got to hit invite. Got to hit copy. I'm starting to learn how to do this stuff, y'all. Y'all just bear with me. Bear with me. Thanks. Hey, everybody that's on. We got 21 people on the live stream right now. Everybody that's on, man, thank y'all so much for being a part of the Dominican route. My live, I'm really starting to get used to this live thing. And hey, Brother Rico, I just put the link in at the bottom. And if somebody else want to come on later on, that's fine. Just make sure you stay in the back office until then. But everybody hit that like button. All 22 of you guys, thank y'all so much for being a part of the Dominican route. Oh, another thing, I'm gonna say this real quick. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. I'm gonna stay on for about 2 hours. So this, guys, I don't like asking for money. That's one thing. I really don't like asking for money. I'm not a person that asks for money. So what I decided to do was, I'm gonna get a PO box for my Dominican route baseball program when I get back to the Dominican Republic. And then I'm gonna have all you guys to donate gloves, because they got so many scams out there. People be wanting money, and people taking your money and buying tequila and beer. Hold on, let me drink. Hold on. Got people spending your donated money on beer and tequila. I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm just telling you. So anyway, so what I'm gonna start having you guys do is start donating gloves and like shirts and things like that. So the first thing that we need is when I get back and I start this T-ball program up, I need 30 gloves because, and I want to be able to put them in my suitcase before I leave. I want to put these 30 gloves in my suitcase, and so I'm gonna get a PO box. And when I get this PO box, I'm gonna have you guys to send the baseball gloves to this PO box or whatever else you want to send that might have something to do with baseball, T-ball or something like that. So um, so that's what I will be doing. So I'll have the PO box probably in the next week or two, and I'll have you guys to send that. Whoever wants to send and donate, I'll do it like that. And I feel better doing like that. I hate asking for money. I hate asking for money. Man, it's just I've never been a person to ask for money and for donations. And I know a lot of y'all trust me or whatever, but I just hate asking for money. Hey, Miss Sharonda, hello, sister. Thank you so much for logging in. Coach, when you first go to the Dominican Republic, did you feel some of these women were using you because you was from the United States? Cole, man, that's a great question. I never ran into that problem. You see a lot of people that go to the Dominican Republic and search for women. I wasn't going to the Dominican Republic, so I really can't like give you like a definite answer on that because I wasn't. I had. Let me tell you this, and I'm not bragging. I didn't have women, and I didn't have women. I didn't have women at 18, 19 years old. And let me tell you something. After and when you I'm 46 years old, I ain't looking for ass. I'm just looking for peace. You see this on my hand? Peace be still. And I wasn't looking for just ass. I wasn't looking for that. So when I first got to the Dominican Republic, I was not looking for a woman. I wasn't looking for that. So that's my answer. I was just looking for another place to live. I was looking for peace. I'm disabled, so that's what I was looking at. But you do hear stories where people, say, hey, you can take like it doesn't matter who it is. I'm not gonna say his name, but I have a friend of mine. He weighs 275 pounds, and when he comes to the Dominican Republic, he's not married or nothing. But when he comes to the Dominican Republic, he get a woman with no problem. So what is that telling you? That's telling you, and it's a beautiful woman. It ain't, shoot. I didn't walk up on him and say, "Hey, John, I want you to meet such and such." I'm like, well, damn, she's beautiful. Like that's a girl that I would date, And I'm not knocking him. I respect him, and hey, I respect his hustle. I respect her hustle. But he knows deep down inside, he knows he wouldn't get that same type of woman in the United States. I mean, and she's a beautiful woman. She's 24, 25 years old, beautiful. They holding hands and he touching it and rubbing it all in the head and all that stuff. And her hair not falling out and he just loving it. So uh they not getting caught up in no extensions or nothing like that. So that's just so it doesn't matter. Yes, it looks like for the most part, most women in the Dominican Republic, most, not all of them. I'm just gonna say most. It's my personal opinion. They will date a man or be with a man that look like that look like that's busted. I'll say that. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. So that look busted. That 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 look like Fat Albert or one of the guys from the Fat Albert gang and crew. So am I knocking the guys that go to the Dominican Republic and do that? No, not at all. Whatever makes you happy. That's what I'm all about. Whatever makes you happy. I'm a decent looking dude, so I know that I probably have a little bit more pull. But if I was broke, I'd be in the same boat, and I ain't have money. And if I was trying to get some ass in the Dominican Republic, I'd be in the same boat. So yeah, they ain't trying to hear that. He looked good and he light skinned and he got elder barge hair. They not trying to. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. So yeah. So Quan 1993, Coach, I heard women drug and rob men in Colombia. Is that sometimes it happens in the Dominican Republic? Yeah, I've heard of it. Y'all uh I have heard of that sometimes. I've heard of it where you have that happen, but it's not, I don't think it's as bad as Colombia. Now you do have men that set up that kind of team up with other men, and then they kind of set everything up, and then when you wake up in the morning, you don't have no passport, you don't have no draws, you don't have no phone, you don't have nothing. So you really have to be careful with that. It's a lot of men, and I'll say this: if y'all want some help knowing about stuff, and like I said, I don't uplift prostitution. Go and get a prostitute in the Dominican Republic. But everywhere you walk in the Dominican Republic, a lot of the touristy areas, they have guys like Haitian guys and Dominican guys that speak English, and they'll walk up to you and say, "Hey man, what's up? You from around here? You want to have a good time? I got a couple women on speed dial. I can call them up, and they'll do that, but you got to pay them, of course, on the front end. You got to pay them, like, yeah, okay, oh girl, she on her way, she gonna charge she gonna charge uh 2,000 pesos, and then you got to give me another 1,000 pesos for setting it all up. But y'all get y'all little Airbnb, you take the girl or whatever, but be careful with that, really be careful with that, because that person that's talking to that girl, they might already have everything set up to the point where they're gonna rob you for everything after you go ahead and get you a little taste and get some. And that next morning they got somebody, there, or she snatch all your stuff and run out the building, out the Airbnb, they jump in the car, they got your passport, and now you gotta try to. I've even heard stories where people hold your passport hostage, and then they hold your passport, and then you say, "Oh, well, if you give us $300, we'll go ahead and give your passport back." And then you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to the. I mean, unless you just want to stay around for 1 or 2 weeks at the U.S. Embassy and go ahead and get your passport. But you probably gonna come off that $300 and go ahead and swap that passport out. So that's just some of the things that happen. They have games and tricks and all that stuff in the Dominican Republic, just like Colombia and anywhere else. Linda, hello, sweetheart. I wonder if Dominican sick of Americans coming to their country trying to making it Americanized. Um, I don't know if they sick of it. I know what they sick of. They sick of the stupid American people. I'll say that. Because they have a lot of good Americans that come there, and they're making money and they starting business and doing stuff like that. But what the Americans that just think that they can say anything and do anything, and treat somebody like trash because they done saved up $1,800 for 6 months, you know, like you balling or something like that. And it took you 6 months. Now you got to wait another 6 months to get some, come back to the Dominican Republic. They sick of those type of people. I don't think they're really sick of because it's a lot of Dominicans that really appreciate Americans. We have fun together. We do a lot of things together, like Manuel, like Melvin, like it's just a lot of people out there that really love Americans. But then you get the people that look at you and they say, "Oh man, you one of the good American people." They'll tell me, they say, "You're not all stuck up and think you all that, and think that Americans are better than Dominicans." So you see both sides of that. So now I don't think that they really think that they don't care about the Americanized part because they are hustlers. Dominicans are hustlers. They want to make money. If Americans or foreigners are bringing money in, they all in. Hey brother Clarence, checking in. So good. Y'all go look at my brother Clarence, brother Rico. Let's talk the better black life. Uh, that's where Rico come from. That's why I found Rico at. Y'all think I might have found Rico on the side of the road. I did not. I found brother Clarence, great dude, and found Rico uh, on Let's Talk the Better Black Life. They reached out to me, so I know y'all love Rico. Y'all, it's kind of like a love hate thing with Rico, and Rico's an amazing dude, and he's smart. He just talk a lot sometimes. That's why I ain't bringing Rico on, until a little bit later on. So, all right. Hey, Mr. Rhonda. If you want to come on, you feel more than welcome to come on. Eliza, my family's from Argentina, and I know one thing: my people would never become Americanized because they don't want to. Yes, awesome. That is so good to hear. That's so good to hear. Because being Americanized ain't ain't the fad that's going on. It ain't really a good thing talking about I'm from America. They might laugh at you. Shit what's going on right now, and the economy and Trump and Biden dozing off at the platform and all of that shit there. It might not be a good look right now for to say, hey, I'm from America. You know, I do talk to a lot of Dominicans, and Manuel is one of them. You can ask Manuel. Um, they really, some of them think that Americans are very stupid. They really do. They don't say it, but after a while, after I sit down and talk to them, and I'm at the Kamado and we drinking beer and stuff like that, they was like, man, Americans they just got money, but they real stupid. They dumb. They don't have no education. They not hard workers. They lazy. They do stupid stuff. So I do hear those stories about Americans being stupid, and I'm starting to hear it more and more because me living there for almost 3 years now, you start to hear more and more of it. So yeah, that's a good comment. Question. Quan, 1993, Americans have over 100,000 deaths from COVID. Yes, it's crazy. And you hear people say, well, you don't know what the stats are in the Dominican Republic and these places like that. That's true. But I guarantee you, people are not dropping like flies in the Dominican Republic from COVID like they were and still are from from COVID in the Dominican Republic. Merck Young. I grew up in the Northeast, and through the 90s, Dunkin' Donuts was a popular thing. Now you hardly see Dunkin' Donuts. You see more Krispy Kreme. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Krispy Kreme. I think in Baton Rouge, we had the third Krispy Kreme in the 80s. We used to hang out Krispy Kreme. One of my friends got killed at Krispy Kreme like in the 80s. Like 89, 90, something like that. So that was the hangout spot in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, not too far from where Kevin Gates lived at, in Brookstown. So I grew up on Krispy Kreme, getting a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. I don't know if the lady couldn't count, but she always put 13 or 14 in there. I don't know if she just didn't. A dozen was a dozen. A dozen is a dozen. But I don't know. The lady worked there for 25 years. I don't know if she didn't know what 12 was, but she always put 13 or 14 in there, and she'll stuff the box down. So hey, that was back in the day. uh, brother Rico, come on in. Anybody else want to come in? You guys can come in and just say a couple of comments, and then I'll bring you guys out. Haitian Gunman, what's up, brother? As always, you don't have to send me no super chat to send me shout out, brother. Always respect every single person that that always comes on and spends time with me and just kind of opens up with me or whatever. But Haitian Gunman, thank you so much for always being there. Quan 1993, you guys are always here for me and supporting me when y'all can. Sister OG Patrice, I'm gonna bring her on in a minute. Give me 5 minutes, Sister OG Patrice. She just had a wonderful show. She is also a part of Brother Rico and Brother Clarence's show also. Thank you. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Thank you so much, brother. Aquan 1993. He probably playing double the price. He probably is. Acting like he paying for some ass for $40 or $35. That's just, man, I don't know. I don't know if there's these youngsters or whatever, but that's not a good look to say, hey, I went to the Dominican Republic and got some ass for $35. That ain't good. That's not a good look at all. That's not good. That's horrible. That's horrible. Ashley Hawkins, coach, I know this is a random question, but when you get back to the Dominican Republic, please get back to you and Darlene talking about social issues. Okay, I will. I just talked to Darlene today, and I will. I miss Darlene. I miss Jasmine. That's the younger daughter. I really miss it. I will. I understand. A lot of you guys like when I do that. And just so I can keep my YouTube channel going, I want to talk about things in the Dominican Republic and show y'all my life a little bit. But I promise you, I'm going to try to get Darlene and Jasmine to be in my baseball program and help me out with my baseball program also. I got to talk to their mom. And yeah. And I also want to do like a show with them, some type of something where I can just show them all the time. Now that I'm not in a relationship anymore and I don't have any type of jealousy or anything like that, now I think I can hook up with Jasmine and Darlene and their mama a little bit more when it comes down to doing things with them, because a lot of times I was like, no, the relationship I was in before, she would be like, no, I don't want you hanging around them too much. You're hanging around them too much. So anyway, Miss Sharonda says, can I purchase the baseball gloves through Amazon? Yes. So anyway, these are the T-ball gloves that I want everybody to get. Don't get them right now. Let me go ahead and get the Miss Sharonda told me to go ahead and get a P.O. box. So I'm getting a P.O. box, Miss Sharonda. And nothing smaller than this. This is a 9.5. This says T-ball. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them anywhere. And then you guys can just ship them to me. And then I'll put them in my suitcase, and then I'll bring them over to the Dominican Republic in December when I get back in December. So it says T-ball, and it can be any type of brand, but nothing any smaller than this, because they kind of outgrow these. This is the 9.5, and this is for a small kid, and these are for 4, 5, and 6-year-old kids. So you don't want to get nothing too big, and you don't want to get nothing smaller than this right here. But I think I paid $16 for this at Walmart, $15 or $16, and even come with the little soft T-ball thing or whatever. But anyway, it's just a starter glove. So yeah, Miss Sharonda, you can go to Amazon and get those little T-ball gloves, and you also can go to Walmart. You can go to Target. You can go to a lot of different places and get those gloves. Okay, Christian Aries, do you see a lot of sexism in the Dominican Republic? Hey, if I don't know something, I don't know it. But when you say sexism, somebody help me out. Somebody tell me. I'm bringing Sister OG Patrice in right now. Sister OG Patrice.
Hey, how are you, brother? How you doing?
Hear me? I can't.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. Thank you so much for coming in. You had a wonderful show today.
Thank
I didn't know
you.
you was gonna be able to come in. I thought you was gonna be too tired. So I'm so glad you dropped in.
Well, you are more than welcome. I appreciate you for coming up on the panel and asking the question that you asked. So, yeah, it's a very good question. I think that it's important that, since Minister Stretch was a family man and talked about his wife and his family and how he separate what he does in the community. And when he walked through the doors of his home, he's that husband and that father. I think that's
Right.
important. And I think that a lot of Black men needed to hear another Black man say that. So
Right.
thank you for the question.
No problem. And if you guys wasn't on Sister Patrice's, Sister Patrice, tell everybody your platform and your YouTube channel, please.
Well, thank you so much. It's Knowledge and Relationships. That's the name of the YouTube channel. And the
Hmm.
name of my show is Straight Up No Chaser Talk with
Yep.
OG Patrice.
That's awesome. I'm gonna put it in the link also. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna put it in the link also below. But so my question was just to let y'all know, I was like, what do you do when it comes down to, when you're around a lot of women and you're in a relationship, what do you do? Because I want to know, because I just went through that, and he gave a wonderful answers, Sister Patrice.
He did indeed. I
Yes.
like the fact that he said when he have to have conversations and talk with
Mhm.
other females, because he is an activist, he's a political figure, he's very well known in Las Vegas. He said that he does not do that alone with
Right.
these women, that he get another sister in there or a guy in there because he don't want no friction, no type of,
Right.
drama, nothing with nobody, going back and saying stuff to his wife or just getting caught up in those type of situations like you see a lot of other politicians, activists,
Right.
or, other people doing where they end up getting caught up with having an affairs and things of that nature. So I really appreciated his answer and what he
Yes.
had to say. And thank you so much for asking that question, because I think it's important for us to see black men in that light, right? To know that,
Right.
not all black men are out here doing the nefarious things, that they are real good black men out here that are fathers, father figures, they are
Yes.
husbands, and they
Yes.
doing what they're supposed to do within their household, and they appreciate and love and take care of their wives and their homes. So that was a great question you asked.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, hey, you came in at the right time, because I'm I'm from Louisiana. I think Mississippi is probably the worst education school system, and then Louisiana right behind it. So Christian asked, do you see a lot of sexism in the Dominican Republic? So help me out with that word sexism. I know it has something to do with sex and all that stuff, but can you help me out with that?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that your the comment means like safe, because I'm a female and you're a male. Is it more male dominant towards the male? Or is it more dominant towards the female? And is it sexism could mean as a woman, I'm coming into a situation or a workplace, and it's more, and they more cater to men. So it could be sexism towards me as a woman, right? Like they not letting me get promotions or letting me get in spaces where predominantly men are. That can be a form of sexism. Now, I'm thinking that's probably what he's asking. Do Dominican Republic cater more to males and the male role in that country, or the female role? And do you experience any sexism yourself with saying more feminism on the feminism with women, or is it more where you would think it's more Dominican is more geared towards men and the males?
I think it's geared toward, and I love how you broke that down. That helped me out tremendously, because my brain was
Well,
smoking
I
over
hope
here.
that that's what he meant by when he
Okay.
said sexism.
Well, I'm gonna answer it the best, kind of the way you put it. I do see, even Manuel talked about that. I do see more like, you better do this, you better do this, you better do this, as a man, as the men in the Dominican Republic, like they have a lot of control over their women, and
Mm,
our women, our wife, or two or three different women, and if
yeah, that's a form of sexism where, yeah, if
yeah,
they're more controlling of the women, and by saying, I'm the man, that could be looked at as a form of
of
sexism.
sexism.
Now, I will say this: in my
Hmm.
position as a woman, I like the man role in a relationship that I'm in. For if I know my place as a woman, that man should know his place as a man. There shouldn't be any sexism, because I know how to fall back and let my man lead when he
Right,
needs
right.
to
There's a
lead.
balance. There's a balance there.
It
There's a
has
balance
to be
there. That's right. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Yes.
But if it's more dominant, you know,
Oh
towards
yeah.
where, the
Well,
man, and I get it, and it's a culture thing. It could be a culture thing as well.
yeah, I think it is. It's a culture thing, and I definitely see that. A lot of these American women wouldn't have none of that. So I'm gonna bring brother Rico in. Thank you so much for that. Hold on.
You're
Brother
welcome.
Rico.
What's up, brother Rico?
Hey, Sister OG. Hey, John. How you guys doing?
Man, we doing
I'm good.
good.
How are
Everybody
you?
been people been like, where's Rico at today? Where's Rico at today? Man, I'm just gonna give you my password to my damn channel, and then you just go ahead and take over.
No, you ain't gonna do that. No, you ain't gonna do that. Hey, it's another day above ground, and every day above ground is a good day.
Amen. Amen. Help. Oh man, this is great. Talk about this sexism thing. When Sister OG Patrice broke it down to me. Do you see sexism? You live in the Dominican Republic. You have a house there. Do you see that, or have you heard about sexism in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah, it's all over the island. It's everywhere. It's in everything.
So
But
yeah,
Rico, would you say it's a culture thing, and it's not just
Um,
where men want to dominate? Is it culturally?
it is culture, but it's not just the DR. It's pretty much all of Latin America. Latin America
Okay.
is a very, I mean, it's in the DR, it's in El Salvador, it's all through Central America. They are a very, like I say, they have high doses of machismo. So
what is machismo? What's that?
machismo is male masculinity.
Oh, okay.
Everything is about the male. And I don't care where you are on the socioeconomic ladder. You could be very rich or you could be very poor.
Right.
It's still male dominated just throughout everything. So it is partially culture, but it's also culture. I would say it's any this is the best way I can explain it to people. And I try to tell people, I say, we got to understand something. We get into this space in the West where we beat up countries like America, Canada, the UK for feminism. But what I try to tell men in the West is we empowered women because we wanted we wanted equality of the sexes. And equality of the sexes doesn't mean that you're making a woman a man or a man a woman. It just
Yeah.
simply means that we wanted equality so everybody could be able to survive in our society no matter what. In America, which used to be a very sexist society as well, and women were second class citizens. But over time, we realized, like I think you got to realize during eras like of the Great Depression in America, the wake up call was World War II. When
Right.
we went to World War II and a
Yeah.
large percentage of the male population was gone off to war,
Right.
guess who ran the fucking country?
Right. The women, and they
Women.
were working. They was on the assembly lines and
Women.
everything.
So
Yes.
this was sort of a wake up call for the Western world to say that, you know what? We do need women more than we think we do when situations like this happen. So we as society, so like I always tell guys always get upset. Oh, only in America do women say they don't need a man. And you know what I usually tell them? Bruh, they don't. And I'm not saying that to
That's
hurt your
true.
feelings. I'm
That's
saying
true.
that because as a society, we don't want women to be solely and Patrice, sister, because I love you so much, I don't want your survival to be dependent on solely you having a man.
Right.
Because if you don't, that would cause you your demise.
Brother Rico, let me
And
say
as
this
a
real quick.
society, that's what we did.
Let me say this real quick. Now,
Mhm.
now, it really don't look good to me when a person always talk about, I'm going to this country, I'm going to this country, going to this country to try to find a woman.
It
Like
looks
y'all know
horrible.
me. I didn't go to the Dominican Republic
Nah.
to try to go
Mm-mm.
get a woman. And
Mm-mm.
that's really showing a little bit of little weakness, a little bit. And when you say that, and even if you go and get a piece of ass or go and get a prostitute or something, that still show weakness. But when you see these people going to Thailand and the Dominican Republic and wherever they're going,
But here's
it's
my
just go ahead.
I can differentiate you saying, okay, you go on there for sex and you just want to have fun. Because this is the way I look at it. We're
That's
in
right. That's
America, right? I'm in the DMV, right? Guess where the sex capital of America is?
Where?
Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's true. That
What
makes
happens
sense.
in
Yeah.
Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's right.
That- Where do you think every guy goes for their bachelor party?
Oh, Vegas.
They, we made movies about it.
Yeah, that's right.
We have
That's right.
movies about it. It's
That's right.
okay. Go have your fucking fun and then go home back to your real. There's your fantasy, and then go back home to your reality. You
Yes.
know that the fun you had in Vegas was just for that weekend and nothing more. So I can separate a guy if he says, so if you want to go to the DR instead of Vegas, hell, I would go to DR then Vegas. I hate gambling. If
But
I
let me
want
ask
to
you
do
this:
that,
what about the people? And I'll never say any names. What about the 3 or 4 people that I know? They have 2 lives. They have they have a whole family in the Dominican Republic, and they have a whole family in the United States. How do you feel about? They have children. They have white and black. And I ain't just talking about black
yeah,
people.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
talking.
I know. No, this is all cultures. But what I'm sitting there saying is that's guys live double lives here in America. I don't condone it. I'm not in support of it. Um, shit to me, if I was going to do a double life, I would do it in America because it
Mhm.
would be easier for me, as opposed to me trying to fly back and forth between a different country.
Right.
That just to me, it's just like you do, like we know a lot of men throughout the world, and even in they'll tell you even in the DR. Like I'll talk to women in DR, they'll say, "Hey, I got a husband, and my husband got 3 girlfriends." That's
Right.
part of that whole machismo, but that's Latin American men.
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
just what they do. That's and like you said, and they talk about how like I didn't realize like how few Dominican marriages there's like no, they just live together and just call themselves husband and wife,
Husband
but
and
they
wife.
don't have any real
Esposa.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
they're
right.
not
So
really
yeah,
legally lawfully married. I was like, oh
right.
wow, shit.
I've
So
had I've had two. I have 2 guys. I've no. I met one guy before. I
mhm,
met him one day, and we were sitting around at the Kamado, and he's like, "Mi esposa."
right,
I said, "Okay, cool. Okay, nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Nice to
and they
meet you."
ain't never
And
got
then
married
and
and
then
know yet.
a month later, he's like, "Mi esposa." I said, "Oh,
They do.
okay." Oh, you doing it like that? Okay, cool, cool.
So
And he hadn't moved or nothing, so he letting you know that. I guess he's telling you that hey, that's his territory. That's his
mhm.
that's this woman and this
Hey
woman is
guys,
mine. So off hands right here. So
hey
um,
guys.
Mhm.
go ahead.
I
Oh,
just no, I just want to say I'm gonna fall back and listen in the background, but I'm gonna let you guys rock and talk about all this 2 families
and hey, jump
and
in, chime in anytime
listen.
you can. I'm gonna go through some of these comments, sister. Yes.
The
Okay,
only
Yeah.
all
thing
right.
I was saying was
Sister Elizabeth says she's probably from the Dominican Republic. She looks
mhm.
like a Dominican, purely Dominican girl. Just keep the Dominican Republic just the way it is beautiful. Hey, I totally agree with that. I want the Dominican Republic to stay the same. That's why I left the United States. I,
Ah,
I want it to stay the same. I don't want it to change. I don't want to see a Krispy Kreme and pizza right around the
I got
corner from my house.
I got mixed feelings about it, because
Why
I
you got mixed feelings? But I
well,
knew
well,
you always got to be always on the other side.
no, no,
Always.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no. I'm not talking about the American commercialism or capitalism. Oh, fuck that.
Okay.
The Krispy Kremes and all this and that. But I
I'm
do
against that.
want, yeah, I'm not talking about that. But
Okay.
I've had a couple of conversations where, and this is the part that I always get is, and I tell people, I'm like, and like this is where I get into my biggest dust up with Dominicans because they're and I heard like Taylor made and I definitely believe in what he said about how he said they're very much nationalists.
Mhm.
They're very 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 they protect the imagery and the thought and the concept of the DR with
Proud. They
their
proud. They
fucking
proud. They
life.
proud Dominicans. They're proud of their
They're
heritage. Right. Right.
proud to their own detriment.
I love that. I love it.
No, no, no. But here's the problem, John. They're
Hmm.
proud to their own detriment.
Okay.
And I try to tell them, you're hurting yourself with your sense of pride of the way things are
Hmm.
won't help you to progress yourself as a country. Because I'm like, I want to see Dominicans fuss more at the government for better services for Dominicans. I'm like, shit, I could pay for mine. But
Right.
I want y'all to fuss for like Fiona came through and tore them a new ass. And people, it's like the length of time that it take the government to get the electricity back because I think like you said, like the poor people, I'm
Hmm.
like, they're too accepting of their conditions. And I'm like, your government, when I look at the amount of money that comes into that country, I'm
That's
like,
right.
they should be doing better. But the
Yes.
reason why they don't is because the citizens don't demand it.
Yeah, but you can say
They
the same thing
accept
about
it.
the United States too,
Huh?
Rico. I'm from the hood. I'm
No,
from
no,
the
no. But
area.
this is what
Like
I'm trying to tell you is this. Like I said and told him, I said, here's the thing. If we roll back the calendar, it's not like I'm like America was the DR back then. The services we got as a country was the people rising up and demanding. So they look at like they always look at America as the land of milk and honey. I'm like, first of all, it ain't as great as y'all think it is, but
sour milk,
I
sour milk.
agree we do have like basic health care, basic housing conditions, basic
Disability. Like come
right.
on,
And I
yeah,
was like, you guys should have that. But the only way the government does that for countries in the West is you guys have to fight for it. They're not just going to give it to you out the goodness of their own heart. Because in America, like we had our big deal was the Great New Deal when Social Security came into place. Remember that?
right,
I
right,
think it was Roosevelt and all that.
hmm
Prior to that, motherfuckers was dying on the streets in
right,
America.
right.
And that's what I'm trying to tell them. It's like
And
we
they died on the streets in the Dominican Republic. Yeah,
yes.
I got
And
you. I
and
see
and
what
you go to the public hospital, if you can't pay, go home and
right.
shoot yourself.
That's
Just go
right.
home and shoot your fucking self. Because they're
Hmm.
not, I know people over there with hernias and ulcers, and they're like literally like, I gotta have the money or they won't
Right.
treat me. I was like, that doesn't happen in America.
That's right. That's right.
You go to the fucking emergency room, they're gonna save you. They just
That's
won't.
right. Hey, Brian Perkins says, I've been to the DR. The people there are so nice, friendly, and nice. I just want to keep it the way it is and not Americanized. It's so true. That's why I moved there. It seems like that's like I, I was thinking I'm thinking about staying in San Cristobal or staying in the country area, or I forgot what area they call it. They call it something. What do they call it? The Cosmo. It's not the Cosmos. What is it
Compost,
called? Compost.
compost,
I said
compost.
Cosmos. Like I could
No,
say
no,
Cosmos, like I'm going off into space or
no,
something like that.
compost.
Compost. That's
Yeah,
compost.
compost. Because what you like the barrios would be the hood, which would be urban.
Hmm.
So an urban area. The compost is the country.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Hmm.
they're both lower income, but one is urban and one is rural. Or like
Yes.
we say urban and rural in America. City
Right.
folk, country folk. That's the difference. Barrio is city folk, compo is country folk. Because I
That's
think
right. And
with
most,
those,
most people are
yeah,
saying, "Hey, I got you," and I appreciate that. Most people are saying like, keep the Dominican Republic the same. They keep it the same, keep it the same. But
but that's
I
not
mean,
fair to the
it's gonna
Dominicans.
change though. It's gonna
It has
change
to.
eventually. Everything changes, right?
Every country does. It's called progress. It's called
Yes.
progress. You really don't want those people to continue to live under those conditions. So when you say that, it's a selfish way of looking at it. I want them to get better. Like I don't know. Like when I'm going down, I'm sitting here. I wish I could show you all the stuff, John. I probably spent about $500. That when I go back to Punta Cana, I'm going to the poor part called Fruisa, which is not really Punta
Okay.
Cana, but it is. And because I don't know
I
if
know
you
you got a
know
big heart. I know you're a big giver,
Ebony
man. I know you
ladies
got
in
a
the
big heart.
DR, right? But
Hmm.
she found that they're doing this basketball team because they
Hmm.
want these kids to go to school. I didn't
Right.
know school wasn't mandatory there like it is here in the US. If you don't go to school in the US, they lock your ass up if your kids don't go to school.
That's
So
right.
she
That's right.
did, yeah. I mean, we just like, hey, DJ ain't been to school in 3 days, John. What's the deal?
What's
Oh,
the
you don't
problem?
know? Okay,
That's
your ass
right.
going to jail. But there, and I didn't think about it because, like I said, even my wife's home country, El Salvador, and so on and so forth. So once we saw that, and I reached out to her on Facebook, and all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy 8 pair of sneakers because the kids are over there. They don't even have shoes to play basketball in. So I done bought 8 pair of sneakers. I done bought backpacks. I done bought school supplies, all this. And I'm like, we're gonna every trip. We're gonna just keep. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, I did enough for like 8 boys. Let's get
Right.
some girls too.
Yeah.
So we're constantly going over
That's
there to
good.
do that stuff
That's right.
because
That's
we
right.
want those kids to go to school. We want those kids to play volleyball, basketball, something to keep them out of trouble. So even
That's
when you, like
right.
you say, you want to do the baseball thing, like, hey, okay,
Right.
in addition, we're going to help fundraise for school supplies, but
Oh
you got to
man.
take your little butt to school.
That's
Because the
right. That's
last thing they need, and even with us making them going to school, all I ever hear people talk about is the quality of the education, which is lacking.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what's worse than bad education? None.
Hmm. No,
It
none at all.
is
None at
right.
all.
So I'm like, you
Right.
know what? Go in there and get the bad education. That's better
I
than
think,
none.
and now you have to, man. Let me send this out to
Go
Haitian Gunman. Thank you so much for the chat, brother. As always,
ahead.
thank you so much. Every time Rico on, you always donate a little bit of extra money.
He
Rico,
just want he just want to kick me in my tail.
I might need you to put some earrings on and a wig and blonde wig on and throw your hair for me so you get that money for me. So anyway, man, but we have to. I want to Haitian Gunman. Thank you so much, brother, as always. But we have to separate the difference between, is it being Americanized and is it being improved?
Progressing.
And
Yes.
yes, that's right. Is it progressing? That's
Yes.
right. That's the difference. Because I want people in the Dominican Republic. I want the trash system to get much better. I
It
know
has
you know
to.
Punta Cana and Puerto Plata where you don't seed all the trash, but these regular areas they got dogs.
Bad.
They got dogs everywhere and they got trash everywhere.
Mhm.
And so that's just one thing I would like to see it improve. And that doesn't have anything to do with being Americanized.
Americanized, raising the level of exact. That's what I'm sitting there talking about. It's like people go with the whole uh, because and when you say and unfortunately they say it like everything about America is bad. I'm like, why the hell you think everybody trying to get into America if
That's
it's
right.
so
That's right.
bad?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it,
I
it
mean,
doesn't stop.
it's not as
Stop.
bad as a lot of other countries. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So the improvement is and that's the one thing I will give. And it's not just America, it's Canada, it's England. They do things that's more productive for the masses of its people. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And with all due respect and love to you, brother Haitian government, I love my Haitian people. I love the Haitian country. Ask the people over there in Haiti right now.
Oh man,
They'll
it's
say,
bad.
Americanize that motherfucker all you want. Put a KFC on every corner if you could,
Right.
because they want stability
Yeah.
and
And
security
from
for this whole
what I just
concept.
heard, it's not doing it's at its worst right now in
Right.
Haiti
But it's
now.
not
It's
just
very bad.
Haiti. It's the Middle East countries. It's
Right.
Somali. It's even parts of the DR. Where I tell you this, here's the crazy part about it is we talk about the DR, but there are barrios in the
Mhm.
DR that people don't talk about. That's
Right.
damn near little mini war zones. They got little mini Hades. And I hate to use that term Haitian gunman, no disrespect. You don't have to say I love your country, but that's how they try to use it as a. But there are parts of the DR, little neighborhoods that you
Right.
think you're in a fucking war zone.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
of course tourists are not there. People and the government figure as long as it's contained,
Yeah.
whatever.
But
You get
a lot of
high
people,
levels of police corruption. So come on,
right. Haiti get a bad rap, man, and I'm just kind of
all
jumping
the
off
time,
a little bit.
all
Haiti,
the
man,
time.
I saw a whole special for 2.5 hours. Long story short, Haiti the was the French. The French said, "Hey, we y'all have beat the shit out of us.
Hmm.
Y'all took over the little island. Y'all kicked us off. We getting ready to bring a whole crew back. But if y'all give us all y'all shit for the next such and such years, we're gonna spare
We leave
y'all
you
lives.
alone. But
We're gonna spare your lives and we're gonna let you live, man.
yeah,
That is
that's
you
a raw
know
fucking deal.
that's a raw deal, man. You don't have
Mhm.
nothing, and we just now. Okay, y'all can have the country back, but ain't no trees out there. Ain't no
And not only did
vegetation,
they
no nothing
do
out
it, but then for the next 100 years, they fostered despots, dictators, corruption.
there.
They
Right,
kept it as unfunctional as they possibly could. So yes, they're in a place where I love Haiti, but it's like, oh, now you tell them, oh, you got to do it on your own. Well, okay, but Haiti's in its infancy now that you're finally removed, and
right,
that's like saying, oh, okay, I'm gonna give an infant and tell her,
right.
well, why the fuck can't you read this college book?
Yeah,
Because I'm a fucking baby.
yeah. That don't
Because
make
I'm a
no sense. That don't
baby.
make no sense.
We're
Right,
even though we're older, but for well, you've been in your own country. Yeah, but you kept me a baby all those
Yeah,
hundreds of years.
we
Now
have
you
nothing. They
telling me to grow the fuck up.
didn't have anything. Couldn't grow off of nothing. Right,
And
right.
now you telling us to grow up. So that they get a terrible rap. And I
Yes.
sit there and I say, when I look at now, I'll look at, say, Puerto Rico, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a U.S. territory.
Right.
Puerto Rico. Let's talk about Puerto Rico.
Oh man,
That's
it's
U.S.
bad there
territory.
too. Right.
That's U.S. property.
Mm-hmm.
With the support of the U.S. government, and them motherfuckers
Well,
can't keep the lights on.
so-called support.
No,
So-called
no,
support.
no, no.
They don't really help them out.
But
Really.
here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They've been a U.S. property for over 100 years, and they can't keep the fucking lights on.
It don't make no
So,
sense.
so if you do, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and people don't see that. I'm like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Puerto Rico been 100 years, and this is literally what they're going through. That storm came through. The DR back up, Haiti's okay, but fucking Puerto Rico still in the fucking dark.
Yeah.
With that fucked up infrastructure.
Let me get to the question. Miss Amy says, how do you feel when you see videos of sexism on YouTube? It's like they are exposing the bad side of the Dominican Republic. Well, I'll say this. That's what sells on all of these YouTube channels. That's what sells. You know, if I started showing ass and titties all the time, I would probably have
oh shit,
20,000
subs.
20,000 subscribers,
Yeah,
50,000 views.
Yeah,
all kinds of I wouldn't be getting $20 every $30 every live. I'd be getting $200 every live because I'd be showing ass and titties all the time. So
but that's not
it's just,
sexism.
yeah. Say it again.
Well, you called it sexism.
Well, she says, how do you feel when you see videos of sexism? That's what she said.
Okay. I see. Like they're exposing. I mean, it's what they're showing. It's not sexism. They're showing prostitution.
Oh yeah.
So let's call it what it is.
Right. I mean, prostitution and men like to want to see eye candy. They want to see different eye candy. You know, free.
Yeah, that's what they're showing.
Free eye candy, and then hey, keep it going. Let me send you a couple donations because I want you to keep on just sitting there by the beach and just showing ass and titties.
And the only thing I'll say about that is that they are exposing the bad side, but the bad side is there. We can't pretend like it's not there.
Right.
But
right.
Again, also, so in particular in the DR, the particular area that they're talking about is. Can we name the town? It's called. Did you tell them what the name of the town where all the stuff that's the most predominant?
Oh, Sosua. Yeah, I said Sosua. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you said that. Sosua is nothing but Las Vegas. Sosua is Las Vegas if Las Vegas was a beach town. Las Vegas is in the middle of the fucking desert, so there's no beach around. But
that's right. And Walter says, Coach, if any man is looking for love in the Dominican Republic, Boca Chica is deadly not the best place for looking for love. So Boca Chica, and I have heard Boca Chica and Sosua are some of the hot spots.
Well, don't say that because that's where I'm going in a couple of weeks.
Hey, what you going there for, man?
I told you. No. Seriously.
Right. I know.
We're going to 3 days in Punta Cana. Then we're going to Santo Domingo. But while we're up there for 3 days, we want to go to the beach. And I believe that's the only beach. That's the closest beach to Santo Domingo is Boca Chica because there's no beach in Santo Domingo. That's where all the people from Santo Domingo, that's the beach they go to. So it's like, and I've heard about it, but it's like
beautiful. It's beautiful too. I've been to two weddings there, and it is beautiful. It's beautiful.
Right. So I'm like, I mean,
yeah, but you gotta be careful. They gotta be careful. They got a lot of hustling out there and snatching your phone and all of that stuff. So be careful.
Yeah. I'm with a crew. It's like 5.
Look, Walter has a question for you. Do brother Rico think that the Dominican Republic is becoming Americanized with all of these KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's in the Dominican Republic? I'm gonna put you on hold. I gotta go get me some tissue for my nose.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. We got, because like I said, I live in Punta Cana. We got a KFC. We got a Burger King. We don't have a McDonald's there, and I haven't seen Wendy's. But I'll tell you guys this, and I don't know if it's Americanized or not, but coming up in the spring, that you guys may not be aware, um, the DR is going to have the first amusement theme park in all of the Caribbean, and the name of the park is called Kathmandu. So they've already put it all out in the news. You can look it up. Kathmandu, Katmandu, and it's going to be in Punta Cana because, of course, that's where all the tourists go, and it's going to be part of the Melia resorts and whatnot. So that's going to be an additional, another draw to it, which is it. So, and I don't think Kathmandu is an American theme park. I want to say, I think the first one they opened was in 2012 in Mallorca, Spain. So I don't know what, but I hear somehow another Disney owns. So they're gonna have kind of like a Disney-ish theme park, theme center in Punta Cana. So yes, in some sort of ways, they are, if not all of the Dominican Republic won't be Americanized, Punta Cana is. Punta Cana certainly is. And I will say this, due to the successes of Punta Cana, they're definitely starting to look at the North Coast up into the Cabarete, Sosúa area, where it's the next place that they're going to start to invest money in because, guys, the money hand over foot. So, going to continue? Yeah, because capitalism, the foreign investors who will go to the government, and they're like, hey, I want to drop $50 billion and build some hotels and a resort and some golf courses, this, that, and whatever. And the government's going to go like, oh shit, sure. And then they let them come in and they develop the beach. Because one other area I know that's about an hour from Punta Cana is called, I think it's called Meaches.
Okay.
And people don't realize, but in the DR, they still have, I don't know how many what they call virginal beaches, and these are beaches that have no development on it. And these beaches are gorgeous.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They are
hmm
gorgeous.
I've heard. I've heard. Yes.
And they have them fucking drones and them helicopters flying around the island, and they be like, "Oh shit, that's a
Right.
gold mine." So
Right.
the North Coast area, which will probably be the next area because they have an airport there. They have an international airport, which is Puerto Plata. So you can fly in there.
Gotcha.
You can fly into Las Americas, which is in
hmm
Santo Domingo, or Punta Cana. Those are the main three. La Romana Airport is kind of small. They were actually talking about building a second airport at Punta Cana
Oh
because it
wow.
was
Okay.
so many
Cool.
flights, but they just expanded it and made it bigger.
Gotcha.
But yes,
Hey,
they're
brother,
going to continue to invest.
Walter, thank you so much. Walter's always on asking questions, man. Walter, thank you so much. Ashley has a question. Ashley, Coach, I know you and Brenda are not together anymore. Hold on one second, Rico. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing about. I know. I know you guys are not together anymore, but I wonder if you would have stayed together and you and her moved to the United States. Do you think she would have become brainwashed or Americanized? I think so. Me personally, I think so. I don't think it's just Brenda. I just think it's just women in general. I think when it comes down to certain things, you just gotta protect your peace. Let me just say it like that. I don't know. I mean, you got people that marry and they move to the United States, but I'm a person that don't want to go back to the United States if I get married, and maybe we'll visit every now and then, and I'll get her paperwork and she can go and come back or whatever. But I'm not a person that just want to live down there, and you just have to protect. Not just because I'm jealous or think she'll leave me. If a woman want to leave, she gonna leave. If a woman want to cheat, she gonna cheat. So you really can't do nothing about that. So I have no idea. I can't speak for Brenda. I have no idea, but
But
I don't think we would have moved. Go ahead.
what's so funny to me is when I hear about that, like, because I always hear Guys
Mhm.
talk about, oh, you go overseas, you get a wife, whatever. Don't bring them back. They're gonna become Americanized. And I'm
Right,
like,
right, right.
okay. And that
It just depends on the woman.
no, but the thing is that that's such a crazy question to me because I
Yeah.
think to myself, I'm like, okay, John, I can meet you and you can't read, but I bring you into my house and I live in a fucking library. I expect you not to learn to read. Why?
Yeah, yeah,
Now he's in the books. Yeah, because
yeah.
the fucking books are there. So why
That's
would a
right.
woman who come from an impoverished country come into a more wealthier country and not become accustomed
But I think what
to?
she's saying, Rico, I think what she's saying is like, do you think that she's gonna mess around and move around once
I
we
don't
sit
know,
in?
but my thing is where I hear the narrative is they look at, oh, well, she didn't want nothing. She was quiet. She was cheap in her country. Yeah, because they didn't have shit. Then you come into a Western country. Oh, now she's starting wanting more stuff. I'm like, yeah, y'all got more shit. That's a
Right, right,
normal thing. The culture. I try to tell people, culture is the environment that you're in.
right.
So an Asian person in an Asian culture, when
Hmm.
they're for the first 15 years of their life, but the
Right.
next 30 years of their life, they're in a Western culture. That Asian culture is gone. It goes away because culture becomes the environment that we find ourselves in. Eventually, you stay in the DR long enough, your ass
Yeah.
is going to become more Dominican than American. It
Right,
goes
right,
in reverse. The other.
right. I
That's
agree,
all.
bro. Yeah. Oh yeah. I totally agree. Um, let's see. Hey, let's see. Who is this? MLB. Your son is better than you at baseball.
I believe
Yes.
that.
And what? Oh yeah, he
Football
is.
too.
And the goal is in life is for your children to be 10 times better than you. My son told me when he was about 11 years old, he said, Daddy, I want to be just like you when I grow up. I want to be in the pros. I said, I don't want you to be just like me. I want you to be 10 times better than me. You know,
Hey, you see Josh Beck question? I don't
oh,
think the DR
go
will
ahead.
ever have a major league baseball team.
I missed it. But what was the question? I'm sorry.
Josh Beck question. Like
Josh,
in
Josh,
20, 30 years, would the Dominican Republic have a major league baseball team? Nah,
No, no, I
no,
can't. I can't see it. It really, it won't.
never would.
They have a professional baseball team. They have professional baseball teams already.
Yeah,
So so I don't. I cannot see that happening. I
yeah,
can't.
and the reason why I say that for me is because baseball's been in Latin America, shit, what, since the 1930s or 20s,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
and they've
Yeah.
always put out great baseball players, but they always come to America.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Cuba, Puerto Rico, it's not just the
Oh yeah.
DR. But
Yeah. That
before that,
the
it was
money,
Cuba.
the money is in the Dominican Republic, and I don't think they want to go through all of that.
The
And
money's
they
in
got
America.
I mean, I'm sorry, in America, but
Right.
they don't want to go through all that. But you have a professional baseball team in Canada, and that's not a part of the United States. So you
Yeah.
have the
And they barely they still it's still dominated by America. They get a
right.
feel. Yeah. So before
You
that,
got the Blue Jays, you got the Blue Jays. Miss Sharonda, she does a lot of stuff that you do, just like I do and you do, Brother Rico. Brother Rico, I donated 100 book bags to the clothing to the children in the campo of Kantui, my husband's town.
there you
I'll
go.
send the video to John. Yeah, I
There you
saw the
go.
video, and I'm gonna shoot that video to you, man. She's,
Yeah.
that's some beautiful things that you guys are doing. Just that little extra help, man. Those people love that, and I
And
love
they need it.
that they need it. They need it. That's
Yeah, because
right.
I asked the guy what he needs. So we got me and my wife, we went out, we got sneakers, we got socks, we got book bags, pencils, pens, paper, just as much stuff as we could. And we're going back after this trip twice more. And we already said like every trip we're taking bundles of stuff. I just told the guy,
Man,
look, just like I got sons, I got daughters. So we can't do just for the boys.
right.
So every trip we'll bring school supplies for, you know, a dozen, 12 to 15. And then I do this out of my own 12 to 15 kids. Okay, who else is going to school? You make them
Right.
go to school, book bags, supplies, and I'll fund it. And then I'm gonna
Shout out
start
to
trying
Von.
to get sprinklers
That's
in.
good, brother. I mean, I'm gonna video that too, Rico. When you do that, I want you to video and then I'm gonna put it on the Dominican route. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Von Eric. Blessings, blessings. Von Eric, man, how you doing, brother? Shout out to you. Haitian Gunman. Shout out to you again, brother. Let's see. Now, say, have you guys seen the research Haiti have the resource Haiti have the resource? Um, I know they don't have too many resources from what I
Yeah,
hear. They don't have a lot of resources. You know.
that's
Yeah.
all I know.
Yeah,
And I know
that's
they're
right.
not getting much. They're not getting a lot of help from the international community. They deserve more.
Miss Sylvia says, I just realized Brother Rico looks a little bit like Cedric the Entertainer. You ever heard that before? That's not a bad thing. Have you ever heard that before, bro?
I think she's trying to call me fat.
Hey, Cedric Entertainer, good, good looking dude, clean dude. So
He
yeah.
nice, he nice looking, but he a little bit more. He a little bit more chunkier than me.
brother Rico, an encyclopedia. Okay, Vaughn, hey coach, check your email, sent the same info. Okay, I'm gonna check it out, Vaughn Eric. I appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna check my if you want to come on, Vaughn Eric, just let me know, and I'll bring you on. But Omar, the problem in the United States is not helping Puerto Rico, especially with the hurricane disaster. He said it's
Yeah,
not helping Puerto Rico,
right.
especially with yeah, that's
Right.
that's true. I mean
But,
that
but
makes it worse.
what I'm saying is Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so they're
Yes.
in essence the property of the U.S. government. They fund them, and so I'm saying if a property that's funded by the U.S. government is faring so poorly, then imagine these other countries that get no help from the U.S.,
Right.
i.e.,
Right. Oh
Haiti and
yeah.
the DR. So why are they doing better?
That's
Because
right.
Puerto Rico is totally fucked up with their electrical infrastructure.
That
They're
makes sense.
still
That
trying to
makes sense.
recover from Maria from 5 years ago.
Well, share, like I said.
So
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
Look at Cuba. It's in shambles. The infrastructure is
garbage.
garbage. That's
But,
true.
but
Yep. So
that's
just like you were
also
saying, Rico, it ain't just these third world countries. It's Cuba. It's I mean it's other places. It's
yeah,
Puerto Rico. It's a lot of different places.
yeah. And Puerto
Yeah,
Rico is the U.S.
that's right. That's right. It's part of the U.S. I
Mhm.
lived in Puerto Rico for 6 or 7 months, man, and I posted a lot of it on the Dominican route. And everything is so expensive there. It's so
Mhm.
expensive. Beautiful, beautiful country. It reminds me of the Dominican Republic, with the mountains and the different iguanas and the people fishing and the people are more fair skinned. It's more light skinned people there in Puerto Rico, but that's probably the only difference. And then you
They
got
all white.
yeah, they all white. Yeah.
They all white.
For Coach John, Josh says for Coach John, I have a question for you. Do you
That's what
think
I
that
asked you.
in 20 or 30 years the Dominican Republic can have a major league? Oh, that's the one you just
Right.
answered.
We'll talk about, yeah.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
and no. I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
And I see,
No.
I see why you might think that, Josh, because baseball is so wildly popular and probably the number one sport in the DR. But I just don't think they have the funding. They may have the talent, but they don't have the funding. And ain't no
That's-
American club gonna come down to the DR. And
Hey,
what's up,
Rico,
Incredible Hulk?
look who I brought in, DJ. I brought DJ and you done spoke him up. Look at him.
That's Incredible Hulk.
Say hello to Brother Rico. How's it going, Mr. Rico?
Come on, let me see them guns. Let me see them guns. Oh, you almost up there. You almost up there.
Say hey to everybody. We got 25 people on right now. Say hello to everybody. Hello. With your Michael Jackson glove on. Say hello. I don't know why you got that. Yeah. Anyway, he got his Virginity Rock shirt on. What's that YouTuber
I
name?
need one. DJ, I need a shirt like that.
Oh yeah, because
I'm a
because
virgin.
because he a virgin too, so he's Virginity Rocks. So so tell everybody, speak up into the mic and tell everybody who you are and how old you are and talk about a little baseball real quick.
They should know already.
Oh yeah. I guess
Oh, I'm sorry.
dang, look, let's see how you being cocky and arrogant. You see that? Yeah. So
My name is DJ, and I'm 16 years old, and I play baseball, and I'm pretty good at it.
and are you who's better, me or you?
I think I'm better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rico said the same thing.
I think so too.
You better be better. He's 6'2", 200 and what, 5 pounds? 255 pounds?
No, it's 220.
220 pounds, 220. Yep. So he's getting up there. He's getting up there, and I'm not going to embarrass you at all. Yeah.
I'm too late.
Oh, you want to say nothing about the girl? I was going to say something about it in his girlfriend.
So when you ready to come back, DJ?
Say it again.
When you ready to come back to the
I don't want to come back because it's cold water.
That's a great question. Yeah. So tell him why. You know, we was playing baseball there, but tell him why you don't want to go back to the Dominican Republic.
Because no one speaks English.
You do.
I need to talk to people my age.
Okay.
Maybe if I get old and retire, I'll go to the Dominican Republic. But
you don't have to learn Spanish.
That's right. Thank you. I told him that today. They have Spanish class at the school. They have all of that stuff. He can learn, you know. So he's here with my brother because he didn't want to stay in the Dominican Republic. Okay. But I come and visit him, you know, sometimes, and he has 2 more years. He's a sophomore.
But so let me ask you a question though, DJ. So I know your pop, right? You were staying up there in San Cristobal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but now your pop talking about relocating. So what if he relocates to an area, like for example, Punta Cana or Santo Domingo, somewhere where because in Punta Cana I don't speak Spanish, but everybody down there speak English.
Yes, sir.
Would you do that?
I'm just asking.
No, I don't want to. I love it there, but I don't want to live there.
Just visit. He just want to visit there. That's all he wants to do. And play baseball. Now he loves playing baseball. What'd you say, Rico?
He'll come hang out during the off season.
Yeah, during the off season.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, during the off season.
He's gonna come to them beaches. They got better beaches than back here.
Oh yes, they do. They have way better beaches down there.
Yeah, there you go.
Way better.
So you can bring your little girlfriend from America with you, because I know that's what you're worried about.
Who are you talking about?
Now he playing like he got amnesia. Yeah. So man, let's read some of these questions. Also, DJ gonna hang around with us for a little while. Also, Little Caesars is the best pizza here in the DR. La Romana, where I live, is the go-to spot. Yeah, well,
I think they just added Little Caesars.
Yeah, that's in San Cristobal.
Oh,
yeah, but they have it. He's saying they have it in La Romana also. Where's La Romana at? You know, Brico?
Yeah, that's like about an hour from me, Punta Cana.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
La Romana for me is La Romana, Punta Cana, Higüey, all of that's there, like in that one hour radius. So the main 2 areas is La Romana, which has a small airport, but not a lot of. They don't have a lot of international flights, or they have international flights, but not like from the U.S. So you have to fly into Punta Cana and then take ground transport to La Roma. But that's also where Casa de Campo, which is I want to say where the rich people live. Is that right?
That's where you live at then. That's where you live at then. You say the rich people.
No, but I mean people like I think Cardi B, Vin Diesel, Cardi B, Jamie Foxx, all of them got $20 million houses there.
Gotcha. Yeah. I agree with Coach Waldy. I appreciate it. Even if I moved to the DR, I met a woman in the DR. Only time we would visit the United States is just, you know, if I visited and then go back. Man, I'm just real big on that right now, you know. And I'm just not feeling the United States right now. The FDA in the DR by the U.S. is only slightly more than other countries. Spain, Mexico, and others are not far behind. So I am convinced that it will be Americanized soon, just like you said, Rico.
What's FDI?
FDI. Is he talking about what is that? I don't know. I have no.
The properties. If you
the Federal Department of Investment. I have no idea.
Right. That's why I don't want to speak on it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I don't want to speak on it also.
Who's that? Sharon. Hey, DJ.
Miss Sharonda. Oh yeah, Miss Sharonda said, "Hey DJ, hey DJ." You know, that's Miss Sharonda. She always helping me out. You know, she's on the channel all the time. She's
Yeah.
married to
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
Foreign. Go back to that thing.
Which,
Yeah.
which one? Which one?
FDI is foreign direct investment.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is in by the U.S. is only
Look,
slightly.
we learning stuff. We're learning
Yeah.
stuff
So
today. Look
yeah,
at
that's why I asked him. He put it in there. So yeah. So I'm not
this.
convinced it will be. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now that makes sense. All right. Thank you, Buena Vista.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Brenton says, when I leave the Venezuela, a ton of Americans played in the local team because the Venezuelans went to the USA to
US
play.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But you know what you
Coach.
probably got there, Brenton, was you probably got guys that couldn't make the cut
Right.
in AAA ball or come up to the big leagues. So they still want to play ball. So then they end up having to go. So that's what you guys will get. You guys will get American players that can't make it in the US farm system.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's all.
Coach, with your son trying to say you're LeBron and he is Braining James Bronny. Yeah, Bronny. Is Bronny good or not good?
Hell yeah. He better gonna be better than his daddy.
He's destined to be better than you. Yes. I hope he is, so he can put a couple dollars in my pocket and so I can make it rain sometimes, you know. No, I'm not gonna be doing that. I ain't gonna be making it rain.
We are.
No, you ain't. We're not going to no strip clubs making it rain or nothing.
Let me know when we're going, John.
That's right. DJ wanted to go have the money, so you know,
Okay.
you gotta talk to DJ about that.
I'll drive for you, DJ. I'll be your driver.
Yes, sir.
That'll work. He got to stay focused. That was one of my problems. You got to stay focused, locked in, so you can make all that money. Stay focused. You know, Santo Domingo has English speakers. Punta Cana, only old people speak English. Is that true, Rico?
Am I old?
And don't put me on the spot.
But that's not true because everybody in Punta, because they have to because of the tourism industry. They have to. So all the workers, like 99% of the workers there speaking, it's broken English, but you understand them. So they have to.
He said, ugly is the new cute. I feel offended. DJ said the Dominican Republic is for old people. That's what you mean. It's for old people. Well, retired old people.
Yeah,
huh? They're retired. I guess he's talking about retired
people with money.
People with
they don't have to do nothing.
With a couple dollars that don't have to do nothing, like me. Yeah,
that's old.
That's old. That's right. Low Ramon between Punta Cana and SD and Santo Domingo. That's what you said, bro. Mm-hmm. Van Diesel has a house out there, brother Rico.
There's a bunch of celebrities got houses there.
Wow, that's cool.
A lot.
If you meet a Dominican, she's gonna want to move to the United States. So
that I agree with. I agree with that.
It don't look like I'm gonna be with a woman then, because if she want to move to the United States, we're gonna break up and I'm gonna have to look for another woman because
I agree. I agree they're gonna want to, but that don't mean you gotta do it. You can just be like, we ain't going. But
yeah, I mean, and I don't mind visiting and doing the paperwork and all that stuff. But after she get her doggone paperwork, she might be like, what's that dude on 90 Day Fiance, Chantel husband? And Chantel is fine. That's a beautiful.
Buena Vista. I'm in a village called
go ahead.
Don Pablo, residential Don Pablo, and right next to it is their new development they're building called Epic. I'm literally like a stone's throw from Coco Bongo. So I'm not in Punta Cana Village, but I'm in Bávaro, directly across from the Liquor Mart, and basically, you know where Coco Bongo is? So I'm like right there downtown, but it's a new development. They built like 200 villas. They got Epic, which is next to it. Oh, you know where? So I'm right off of Turistico Boulevard, across from the IMG Hospital. I'm trying to give you a landmark. So, and I've been, we got it year and a half ago. Bought into it, and I lucked in. We got in it in the middle of the pandemic, so got a great deal.
Got a good deal on it,
and it's blowing up like crazy.
Hey DJ, that's good. That's good, brother. Hey DJ, does your son follow baseball in the Dominican Republic? Do you watch that Dominican baseball? I watch the Dominican baseball. I watch the guys in just all the professional teams. I haven't been to a professional game yet in the
The
Dominican.
minor league, no,
It's just a professional. It's no like minor league there. It's just professional baseball there. They have their own professional
no,
baseball.
I only seen the one in Puerto Rico we went to.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. That's professional. Also, Rico near where in PC or okay, all right. Okay, gotcha. All right, man. We got about 15, 20, about 20 more minutes. We're gonna be on for. Man, Rico, I sure appreciate you being on, helping me out, brother. Eric Morehouse for Mr. Rico and Coach John. When you first visited Dominican Republic, how did the women treat you when it came to romance? I really wasn't, like I said before, I really wasn't looking for romance. I was just looking for just a peaceful place to be and everything. But I tell you what, Dominican women are very aggressive, especially when they find out that you are from the United States of America.
So the short and sweet of it is they're going to treat you like gold because you are, unfortunately, whether you want to believe it or not, you're seen as a meal ticket.
Right.
That's just that's the but it doesn't mean you can't find a good person. It doesn't mean you can't find a serious, because I do believe you can. I mean, I'm happily married, so that's not my concern. But I think when people go into it the wrong way, that's the foreigners that come to the DR are just as guilty as the women there when they feel like, oh, she used me. You went in to get used,
Right.
rather than you trying to establish a friendship and a relationship based off of mutual respect. You wanted to show off with your money, so they're gonna use your ass for your money. Again, go to Vegas. Go to Vegas balling and flashing. And what you think them girls on the strip are gonna do? They're gonna play your ass till your money run out, and then they're gonna leave you boo-hooing and crying.
That's right.
Same thing.
That's the same thing. If you go to the local strip club over here, when you run out of money in your little section, they're gonna go to the next section.
But as long as you making it rain, as long as you spending, oh, I love you. Oh, you the most handsome thing. They're gonna tell you all that. So, but what I'm saying is, if you establish it, but to be honest with you, they're very friendly. They're very open to getting to know you. But again, you demand to be treated like respect, and you demand to be treated like something other than a damn ATM, and they'll treat you like something other than the ATM.
That's it. Bonavista says, Coach, are you worried about the Yankee series? No, not really. I think the Yankees got a chance to come back, but I really hadn't been paying attention to it. I just got out the emergency room yesterday, and I just been in a lot of pain. So that's the last thing I'm worried about is the Yankees. But and then before that, I was in the emergency room, and I was admitted for 3 days. So a lot of times, I just kind of do my own thing. And I really don't pay attention to the television a lot anymore. And I'll get on YouTube, look at some stuff, just look at certain things. But I really don't get into TV that much. But you watch TV a lot, Rico?
Yeah, I mean, I watch it like a lot of and I do watch news, obviously, but I also watch like a lot of I was actually, before I came on here, watching on Amazon Prime. I'm a big fan of they got the new House of Dragons, so I'm a big fan of that. I'm also a big fan of what is it, Power of the Rings? The Lord of the Rings new thing.
Did you watch that new? Did you watch that new Jeffrey Dahmer? Did you watch that new Jeffrey Dahmer?
Nah, I didn't watch that. I watched all the stuff. I'm big on the Marvel, so which
I'm real big. I'm real big on Marvel. I'm real big on Marvel too now.
Yeah. So what you think about She-Hulk?
I hadn't seen it yet, but
you ain't seen that? Man,
no,
then you ain't real big on it. You old fake fan.
No. I'm a big fan. I just watched.
I watched it as soon as it dropped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to watch it. Was it good? It looked like it might have been kind of corny.
But well, see, the thing is, it's got a lot of bad reviews because it didn't have a lot of action like all the other series.
Okay, gotcha.
So like all the other series, there was like a lot of action. It was just more of a story, but I kind of liked it. But it got a lot of criticism.
Rico, read that comment right there. That's for you, but I want you to answer that because I don't want to piss any other. No,
I think we agree, but I'd like to know your take. in the seemingly recent exodus of some YouTubers. Yeah.
He hadn't said no names and nothing like that, so I appreciate it,
Oh,
brother.
wow.
Yeah.
It is if you're talking about a particular recent exodus YouTuber of the North Coast, then yeah, that one kind of really
Shock you.
the lame bullshit reason that they gave for leaving the DR. I just found that just to be just utter garbage. I'm like, you go, you do whatever you want to do, but I'm like, bad dental work, get the fuck out of here. I just think it's just utter.
Next question.
It's just ridiculous.
Next question. I ain't said none of that, man. You crazy.
All right. I'm just saying to me,
Sanders,
it's just
Coach,
like keep it.
Coach, how do you manage to pay your bills, utilities if you can't speak to Spanish? I would be lost ordering food and all of that. So hey,
we make it work.
We make it work. So the the taxi motos guys, you give them a little bit of extra money. They pay your electricity for you. They pay your water. I mean, not water bill, but they pay your electricity. They pay your your internet bill, your Wi-Fi. They pay everything for you, and then they just bring you the receipt back, and then you look at your receipt, make sure everything matches up. And I don't even have to go to these electricity companies in these different places because they have people standing like on a motorcycle or sitting on the motorcycle saying, hey, okay, pay this bill for me. You give them the money. And if, and I know a lot of people probably say, well, what if they steal your money? What, $40, $30, $20 for an electricity bill or something like that? That means I'm not gonna use them no more.
Right. And the thing is, he'd much rather go pay your $40 bill and make $10.
Right.
And know he can make that $10 next month and the next because you're gonna keep coming back, right?
Back to him.
You got a
I
job.
trust him. We built a relationship, and it's all about building a relationship.
And for him, that's the easiest $10 he makes. Oh
That's
shit!
right.
All I gotta do is take your money and go pay your bill and
that's right.
Because for some of those guys, that's a day's salary.
Shoot, yeah, that's a day's salary.
500 pesos. Like they might make 500 pesos the whole day.
That's right.
Because here the reality is, we do know that the average monthly salary in the DR is roughly $200 a month.
Right.
So divide it up. There it is. That's like 10, maybe $20 a day. So you gave them a half a day salary to go. Yeah. Why would he mess that up? He'd be a fool.
And that's why those police officers, you're right. That's why those police officers, when they catch an American or something, or they try to help you out or something, they'll ask for extra 500 pesos or something like that, because now instead of, but they make what, I don't know what they make. They make $4 an hour, $4.50 an hour or something like that.
No, they wish.
They make what, $3 an hour? You think police officers?
They making about, if at best, $20 a day.
Okay, shoot, yeah. So hey,
and you divide that by 8 hours.
Oh yeah. So
okay.
Hey,
that's a couple dollars an hour.
That's $2-3 an hour. Yeah, right. Rico, I am originally from Tacoma
Park. That's right down the street from me.
Okay, cool.
Buena Vista. I was born and raised in DC, and I live currently in Rockville. So I'm sure you know where Rockville, Maryland is. So gotcha. Yeah, we old run dogs.
Well, look. Toya says, it's a great show tonight, fellas. Coach, you and your son your son is a handsome guy.
She didn't say nothing about you. She said your son.
No, I think she talking about. She
didn't say you. She didn't say you. She didn't say you. I saw you slide that in there.
You saw I slid that in there, but it wasn't in there. So yeah, wait, man. Tell her thank you. Thank you. So, like, going back to what we were talking about, Rico, was, you're a married man? Mm-hmm. Oh, he said he a married man. He's crazy. 15 years old, married man. He got his first little taste of love, and he is out of there.
So he betrothed.
Yeah, you ain't going to sleep. You're going to get on the phone with your girlfriend. That's what you're going to do. Anyway, DJ has left the building.
He don't believe we were 16 before.
That's right. That's right, 16. So, going back to what we were talking about, is the Dominican Republic being Americanized? I believe yes. Is it a bad thing? Yes and no.
Yes.
But it's like a in between thing. What's that? Mm-hmm. What? Yeah, I will. I got it. I'll take care of it. So I just really believe that, you know, on the bad side, you know, with all the people going to the Dominican Republic looking for prostitutes, you know, that's bad, but that's everywhere. That's everywhere across the world. Is it being Americanized? I would say yes, it is starting to be Americanized. I believe it has a long way to go before it's like completely Americanized like the United States. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, I
Um,
think the biggest thing I've been hearing is people have been crying about the rental prices.
mhm.
Because and the funny thing about it's people gotta understand what I see in the DR. It's like it's two economies, right? So you
Mhm.
have the economy of the Dominicans, right? Because
Right, right,
they only live off of $200 a month or
right,
$300 a month. So they live and scratch and get by on that. Then
right,
you have the economy of expats or foreigners who,
right.
let's face it, if John's a Dominican and he go rent an apartment, they might charge him $300 a month. The
Mhm.
minute I come in as an American, oh no, that's $600 or $700. So our rental prices are generally going to be more than what they would charge a Dominican. It's just like they can't charge a Dominican what they charge us, and they would be a fool to charge us what they charge a Dominican.
Well,
But the
I wasn't.
American, what I
I,
see is the expats are complaining because their prices are going up.
right. That because that's where they live. That's where because
Because
of where
right.
they live. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
and and then they wanna go like, "Oh, it's getting crazy. It's gonna turn people off." And I'm like, "No, it ain't. Y'all ass ain't going nowhere. Cause where you
no.
gonna go? Back to America? Oh God, you think it's hot here? Come back
When
here.
go back to America, you're gonna
You
pay.
ain't going
You
back
gonna
there.
yeah. Man, they
You
paying
ain't
you
doing that."
paying in the hood. You paying $900 $1,000 a month for the 2 1 2 bedroom for in the hood. You paying $900 for. Oh yeah,
That's with a Section 8 voucher.
that,
You
that's
better have a government voucher to pay that low. Are you crazy?
yeah.
It's
But
just
so with me, I'm a little different, brother, because and I could pay for it. I could afford to live in Punta Cana or Puerto Plata,
mhm,
but man, I'm and they don't upcharge me. That's the great thing about renting in San Cristobal or in the country area or the compost or whatever y'all want to call it. Shoot, if the rent is going for 150 a month for a 3 bedroom, that's what it's going for. It's just like I was telling you before, I have to deal with the music and certain things. But if I live further out in the country, that's why this question right here, Coach, are you still looking to for another apartment? Yes, I'm looking for another apartment, but I may stay in San Cristobal, but may move to like more of the country area in San Cristobal where there ain't a lot of motorcycles. It ain't a lot of music late at night and things like that. So, and I'm still gonna get the same price. Nice apartment complex. I still can pay $250 a month for a nice 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and live like a king and show these kids how to play baseball and things like that. So, so that's what I might do. I haven't decided yet. A lot of people are starting to ask me that question, so I don't know where I'm gonna move to. I do plan on moving. I am moving, but I don't know exactly where I'm going to move to yet because I don't want to say, "Oh, I'm moving to Punta Cana," and then I really
mhm.
don't move to Punta
And
Cana.
then you also got to tell people like like I said, the difference between like how where John lives and where I live. So and this is what the one thing I always try to tell people is like, so you'll tell them like what was your rent, like how much a month,
It's
John,
two fifty a month for a 3 bedroom,
for 3 bedroom,
one
right?
bath. Yeah,
Now
250 a
people
month.
hear that and you lose your fucking mind. Oh my
Right,
God, that's so
right,
cheap. I'm like, okay, but and that's absolutely true, this, that, and everything else. But there are certain caveats that come with that you need to know, does it fit your lifestyle? For
that's right.
example, every fucking opening on John's house has steel bars on it.
That's right.
None of mine's
Everyone.
don't.
Yeah, yours don't. Yes,
None of
right.
mine
That's right.
don't.
Yeah,
I live in a gated community with armed guards because I spent enough weekends in jail that I don't never want to look out another window with bars because that's prison to me.
right.
John might got barbed wire or broken glass along the roof because when
Right.
you want to live that cheap, there are certain caveats that's like, bro, you just can like I can walk out in my neighborhood and because we pay for motherfuckers. So what
And
we don't
you don't have stray dogs everywhere. You don't have trash.
no, we don't have
You don't have
none
it.
of
Right,
that.
right,
It's so I'm living on American style standard 100%. Actually, I'm living better over there because I can afford a gated community there. I can't afford a fucking gated community here in
right,
America.
right.
But you could because you could get that level there in the services and
And
all this stuff. A big community pool along with a
right.
house with a pool and all this. Like I can
You could
afford
get
that shit.
what is the what's the average rate for a 2 bedroom, 1 bath over there where you are? About 500, 600, 700,
In Punta Cana?
maybe 800. I
Oh,
don't know.
that's about 7 to 8, but that's not gated.
Okay,
Um,
but it's still nice. You can get it. It's a
oh,
nice area.
it's definitely nice.
Okay, yeah.
If you wanted it in a gated community in Punta Cana, you get a nice 3 bed, $1,000, $1,200 a month still.
With 2 bedroom,
It's
1 bath, a 2-1.
no. Well, a 2-1, probably about 900. I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking three. I always think in terms of 3 bedrooms, at least two and a half bath. Um, but you're not going to be over there getting it for peanuts.
Right.
But all of Punta Cana is, and then Punta Cana. Here's another thing: San Cristobal too. Why that's cheaper is you out there in the countryside. Y'all ain't got shit. We got
That's right.
everything.
That's
We
right.
have a major American. We have an amusement park coming. We got a full movie theater. I
Mm-hmm.
got about 6 or 7 large scale grocery stores. We
Right.
have 2 or 3
Everything.
malls.
Yes.
We have everything.
Yeah,
So
we only have 1 or 2 Las Arenas, and
and
that's about
that's
it.
it.
Right. Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
it. We have everything. So when you as they say, location.
Make a difference. That's
So
it.
when
That make
you
a big difference.
when you so those apartments, oh no, they're going to charge more because look at all the amenities, all these private hospitals. We got major highways.
Yeah.
We're literally. I land at the airport, get my rental car. 10 minutes later, I'm in my driveway.
You at the house. Yeah.
In my driveway. So it's
It
like
takes me 45 minutes to get to San Cristobal.
it takes me 10 minutes in traffic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In
It takes me
traffic.
maybe it take me an hour and 10 minutes in traffic to get
And now, and you're in San Cristobal. I leave my house. It's like whichever direction I want to go. Within 15 minutes, I'm at a beach.
Yeah.
Within 15 minutes,
Right. Yeah. Now, now my closest beach ain't as nice as your beach, but
But how far?
I got a beach 10 minutes away from me too. So
Oh, okay. There you
yeah,
go. So
yeah,
that's why I said proximity to beaches,
right.
and I'm like literally that's 4 beaches
Mm-hmm.
and white sands. It's like I'm like you gonna pay for that? Ain't nobody gonna give you that shit for $100. Are you crazy?
No, and then then the rest the regular Dominicans that live there, they'll be moving over there, So
Right.
shoot, yeah.
And you don't see many Dominicans that live there.
Mm-hmm.
They all live like the closest town, what they call the bedroom town for the Dominicans to support Punta Cana is called Igwe, and
Right.
that's about 45 minutes outside
Right.
of Punta
Gotcha.
Cana that they come in and work, stay there for 4 or 5 days working at the resorts because those resorts they run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop, and they have hundreds of them.
Gotcha. Look what Bonavista says. I find it funny that in the DRY and how long time overstayers in the DR complain about the DR legal system when
Yep.
they have broken the law by overstaying. You just talked about that. We talked about that the other day, Rico. We talked about that.
Because literally, I said what they are is what's crazy is I was like, we're over there like the Mexicans in America. When we talk about them coming across the border in America, we call them illegals. And I'm like, you know how many fucking illegal immigrants illegal American immigrants are in the DR who literally go into the country and after 30 or 90 days, you're fucking illegal.
Right.
And they're over there 5, 6, 7 years, have no residency, never left the fucking country, don't have citizenship, and just flaunt and break every fucking law.
That's why it don't bother me when a police officer, pull me over, and because police officers are good. I ain't never have no problem with
I
police.
just reach for my wallet.
Yeah, I just reach for my wallet and I
There you
give them 200 pesos, and
There you
people
go.
like, man, don't give them no 200 pesos.
Shit.
Man, shoot, no, give them 200, or 400 pesos or 300 pesos and be on my way. That ain't number four.
The
That's
guy caught,
$5, $6.
he caught me, and I realized I was speeding, and he caught me, and I was, and
Mm-hmm.
I was doing. I think it's something like 100 kilometers. I'm doing like 120 because my car over there. So I'm constantly looking at the miles per hour,
Mm-hmm.
not kilometers. So
Right,
when he
right.
pulled me over, I'm like, fuck. So he's like, I'm gonna have to write you a ticket. I was like, how much is the ticket? He was like 2,000 pesos. So I was like, all right. And 2,000 pesos is like almost $40,
Right,
$38. I'm like, I wish I could get a $40 ticket here.
right.
Tickets here, this fucker's $100 or some shit, right?
Yeah, 150, 200, right.
So he's like, so I was like, well, how do I pay it? And he told me go to bond reservers, because that's what's weird. When you pay your ticket, you don't go to the courthouse. You pay all the shit at the bank.
Right, right,
And
right.
I'm like, all right. And he's like, well, how much longer are you gonna be here? I said, well, I'm only here for another 2 days. He said, okay, I'll pay it for you. So I just gave him the $2,000.
There it is.
He
Yeah.
stuck that shit in his pocket. I took off.
You already know. You already know he
I
put
didn't
that
give
in
a
his
fuck
pocket.
what he
Yeah,
did with it. He was
that
like, don't
didn't
worry,
go
I
to.
don't got no ticket. I said, I don't give a fuck if I got one or not. I'm gone.
Man, just imagine if they get one American a day, man. That they good.
But John, I wish I could bribe a motherfucker in America. Yeah, my God, speed.
That's why I ain't complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Coming off that 300 peso, 400 pesos. She says she pays $800 a month here.
Yeah.
When she says here, I don't know.
But if she's in a nice place, it's probably worth it.
That's nice. It might be Santo Domingo or something. They have real nice places in Santo Domingos for $700-800 a month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Steven says, I don't think that the Dominican Republic will allow the Dominican Republic to be Americanized. No, because
I think they'll allow it if the money, but
right. But I think he's talking about the cultural side. On that cultural side, because the culture, they really believe in their culture. They're really like firm on their culture, and that's what I love about certain areas.
But it's in some ways it's to their detriment. And the two areas I talk about specifically is education and healthcare, because the people are really suffering in those two areas the most, because public education is very poor, very poor.
Right.
And so's healthcare, public healthcare. So I just wish they would fight more to make the government, because only your government dictates the healthcare of the citizen. That's
Gotcha.
not just the US, that's Canada, where they have nationalized healthcare. Same thing in England, they have nationalized healthcare. They need that in the DR, because too many people are sick and dying because the government don't do anything, and the education is just as bad. The education is fucked up. They just don't care.
Buena Vista has a point here. I was in real estate for a while, and you really have to know the market. I sell properties and help renters rent. It's amazing how people don't understand the whys and hows of how the market kind of moves or whatever. So you agree with him, Brother Rico?
100%. 100,000%.
Mm-hmm. DJ is 6'2". Brother Clarence, he's 6'2", and he's a sophomore. Oh yeah, he's huge. They predict him to be about 6'4", somewhere around there. And
you better stop feeding his ass.
Oh man, that's right. Somebody asked me, was I feeding him steroids? No, I don't. I'm not going to put that out there. I'm not. What happened to Miguel? Miguel didn't show up. Who
the hell was Miguel?
And Manuel. They talking about Manuel, not.
I know that boy's so good looking. She can't even know his name.
She didn't gave him a new name. I mean, that's my boo boo. That's my boo boo. He's Manuel, Miguel, Michelin. He can call me. I don't know what I'm gonna call him, but just where he at? The light skinned Dominican boy. Yeah,
little handsome motherfucker. Pretty Ricky.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Christian says, Coach, would you like to live in the Dominican Republic where there are no Americans like you?
More.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Sometimes.
Where there are more Americans.
Oh, I don't do. Maybe somebody can help me.
Live in the areas with a bunch of Americans.
Is there a lot of Americans that live like in the Campos area? I don't know.
No. But like say a Punta Cana, a Puerto Plata, because those have the heavy expat communities.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought he was saying like, is
No,
there's like
no,
Americans in the country area or something like that. Yeah, I
no.
mean, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm a, I just really love these Dominican people. I love the hospitality. I love everybody shucking peas together and pulling stuff
We
off
don't
the
shut
tree.
peas in Punta Cana.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah, they
pea
don't
shuckers.
shuck peas. No,
We
y'all
don't
ain't
shuck
shucking
peas
no
down
peas
there.
over there.
No.
And the garden and people walking down the street and bringing you cornbread and all kinds of just different treats and you open up a bucket and you got a whole bunch of crabs in there and then you got lobster in one of them and then they eating soup out of big old bucket and they scooping it out and everybody eating it and they playing parcheesi on the side of the road and you hadn't played parcheesi over there in the Dominican Republic yet?
No.
I'm gonna send you that game. I'm gonna send you that. I'm gonna send. I think it's called Patchy or Parcheesi. Dominicans love that game. They play that little board game, and it's just a great feel. It bring me back. It bring me back, and it's just
When you get back in December, and I come down there in December,
yeah.
you gonna come
You
down and
gonna
we're
come
gonna
with
give
me.
you a little taste of it.
I'm gonna
We
bring
get
you
a
on
little
over
taste.
there to San
We get a little
Cristobal.
taste of city living.
Yeah, I'm gonna give
Get a
you a
little
little
taste of
taste
city
of it.
living.
Yeah, And some people kind of turn up their nose and be like, like I don't like that, and how they feed you. And some people in San Cristobal, they don't have a kitchen, so they cook all their food on the outside. And then the food is so good and so delicious, but they have like that outside and they have outhouses and stuff like that. And they have water, they give you water, and you sit outside and you have dinner, Rico, and then so I'm gonna take you to one of my friends' houses. We sit outside, we have dinner. They give you a little bucket to wash your hands. They give you a little soap and water, and then and they're so. It would be so bad for you not to eat their food. I mean, you got to at least eat the rice. And I'm not saying that you would do that, but I'm just saying you got to at least eat the rice. You got to eat like some beans or something like that because they have certain type of fish out there that I ain't never seen before, and some of it's kind of salty and it tastes funny but I'll push it to the side but I'll eat the beans and hey, give me another
Right.
scoop of that beans, give me some more avocados and stuff like that. But for the most part, I just love the chemistry. I love the feel. I just love the hospitality of Dominican people. Dominican people are awesome people, especially
Mhm.
the old school country style Dominicans. Yeah. Anyway, bottom line, PS is the solid investment for no doubt. Yeah, it is Rico, man, you did a wonderful job when you bought that house, man. When DJ get his money, shoot, I'm gonna make him come off some change and buy me a nice house, right? Probably next door to you. Hey, Edward says I wanted to ask Coach Enrico. This is a notice. Dominicans I noticed the Dominicans who have their own vehicles for some odd reason, they love the orange colored. Wow, yeah, I see. You don't see all those orange colored vehicles in the Dominican?
No, but what I found out was I'll tell you this. And I really thank you, Buena Vista. You got it
Hmm.
because I shipped my car over there, right? So when I went
Right.
through the whole car import process, I saw, that's all in Santo Domingo. So I went to the place where the car comes in. And in the DR, they tend to have a shitload of Hyundai, Kia. Those are South Korean car manufacturers.
And Hyundai.
Yeah, those are both South Korean car
Right, right,
cars.
right.
So they're the cheapest Hyundais and Kia. But
Hmm.
most of those cars,
You're not saying it right, Rico.
what's that?
You saying Hyundai.
That's how it's pronounced.
No, it's not.
How's it pronounced?
You need to say Hyundai. You talking about you talking about Honda. You talking about
No,
Honda.
no, it's pronounced Hyundai.
We're going to agree to disagree, but it's Hyundai.
Okay, it's pronounced Hyundai.
Go ahead.
oh, southern ass country boy. so,
Go ahead.
so, the thing is, when I was waiting for my car to come,
Mm-hmm.
like the vast majority of those cars that they import into the country were taxis
Mm.
in Korea. Thank you, Buena Vista. Hyundai. Day. Okay, thank you, Buena Vista. I got to argue with his ass about everything. So,
Oh, look at it. Oh no, don't take up for him.
so, and I saw that, and I guess they import other colors too, but I guess a lot of them are orange. I think that's a big Korean thing. So, and what the thing that I didn't realize was, so that's the thing, because I asked John about, I was like, you got to be careful about a car purchase there, because I'm leery, for my wife and me, I was like, nah, I'm not buying no car here. Maybe a brand new one, but as far as a used car in the DR, they send a lot of our cars that were salvaged from flooding or totals over, and they just clean that shit up and put it back out on the road. So you got to be very careful about the vehicles that you purchase there, because there are cars that are shipped into the country with
Right,
very high mileage. A lot of it has prior total damage. But the
man.
biggest thing that caused me concern about cars there is, that's the first time I've been in a country where I was like, these motherfuckers got a propane tank in the back of the car.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the propane tank.
And
Now
I
they
feel uncomfortable because I'm like, I feel like I'm riding in a bomb.
oh yeah, man, it's something
I,
else. But
that's the thing.
and someone said, well, orange cars are Hyundai Sonata taxis, but I see a lot of my friends in San Cristobal, they have orange cars, and it's something about uh, these these foreign countries, especially the Caribbean countries. The color, they said it keeps away evil spirits and stuff like that. So like the orange and the red and the dark green and the purple and all of that stuff. That's why they paint their houses that color. I don't know if you knew that,
But
but
but but they're not painting those cars. I think those cars are being imported that way.
I got you. I see what
But
you're saying.
but but most of my biggest thing about the cars that get imported is most of them are prior salvage or flood damage cars, whether it's from Katrina, Ian, like all that shit in Florida, all them cars in
Mhm.
Florida that we watched on the news that was underwater. Guess
Mhm.
where y'all think them cars going to?
Oh,
They
I already
going to
know.
the
But
left in
let me.
Caribbean.
That's what I want to tell you. I rent. I'm not going to say that. I have rented a car from a couple people,
Mhm.
and man, it'd be like a brand new Mercedes, like a 2021, and they have like, if you look at the door line, you can see the rust.
Mhm.
Like every time I rent that car out, it's 2 or 3 cars that I rent out, and you can see the rust, like it's been water damaged, and the wires have been like restructured and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I'm like,
They
man, what?
they ship them over. 'Cause like I said, I saw it when I had my car shipped over, because I had my own personal vehicle shipped over. But
Mm-hmm.
the guy, my brother-in-law, he does that anyway to Central America, so he had to hook up. But the guy, it came over with a boat full of other shit that was just
Right.
salvaged and
Look,
total. Like, I just
Haitian.
don't want.
Yes, right. Haitian government says you don't want a fender bender with a propane in the back of the car. You're absolutely right.
And they got a lot of them bad boys in the DR. A
I rent
lot.
them. I rent them out sometimes. Sometimes I rent them out and
I ain't riding in them fucking
but it's
bombs.
good. Well, man, I'm gonna pick you up in one of
You
them.
ain't
Bring
pick
you to
me up
St.
on no bomb.
Cristobal. I'm
But
gonna be.
when
I'm,
I get my rental car, I tell them, don't bring me no fucking bomb. Bring me no
I'm gonna be.
bomb.
I'm gonna be safe, brother. I'm gonna be safe. Hey, it's good on
Uh-uh.
gas, man. It's good on gas, Rico.
Yeah, motherfucker blow up. Smoke a cigarette. Boom.
Man, you got to get. I don't know if you rode in one before, but I did a video on it. You got to get out the car when they fill it when they filling it up. Did you know that?
Nope.
Yeah,
I
you
ain't
got.
riding in no fucking
Yeah.
bomb.
So when you get in with me, I'm gonna show you how to use it. I'm gonna show you how to start one up.
I'm not riding in no bomb. Fucking bombs. That's wild though.
Hey, look at this. Mark Meek said you and Rico ever witnessed a wild animal while walking down the street in the DR? If so, where were you scared?
What do you mean, like as far as a wild animal? I mean,
I mean, like I
cows,
guess I
dogs.
mean,
That's all I've
uh,
seen.
yeah,
Cows.
they don't have yeah they. I've never seen a wild animal in it. I mean, let me
Hmm.
take that back. Let me see. What have I seen? I don't know. Like I have seen a couple snakes before. I've seen some snakes like going across the street, but not no big snakes. You see, but they don't have like raccoons and possums and
Yeah, I have never seen none of those.
that I've never seen. I've never seen any type of things like that. They don't have any bears or
Yeah, you don't see no
deer.
deer.
They don't have deer. They don't have
Yeah,
deer or anything like that. So
yeah.
uh,
I've never seen any of that. Bunch of
mhm.
fucking birds.
Right.
Yeah.
What you call is trying to come on right now. I think Manuel's trying to come on. He
Hmm.
just texted me, but I'm gonna see if he come on for a second, and then we're gonna stay on for about 15 minutes and then get off. But
Definitely don't want to be no fender bender. Yeah,
oh no,
Haitian, you're right. That's why when I heard about them, oh yeah, that's what I want. That's what I wanted to ask you, John.
yes, go ahead.
Because we had that real bad accident in Punta Cana a few weeks ago.
I heard about that.
I think maybe 4 people got killed. So you're right, Buena Vista. I think the DR is number one or number two in the world for traffic fatality
It is,
deaths.
especially
Um,
with the motorcycles and
like
everything. It is.
mostly,
Yeah,
I think the vast majority of them are, and I'm gonna say this: half them motherfuckers cause their own death
that's right. That's right.
because they be on these little 150cc motorcycles driving like they don't have no damn sense through all sorts of traffic. And I'll tell you another thing. I think a lot of the deaths they are wildly irresponsible because
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I mean, I don't have to tell you, John. I'm like, motorcycles weren't designed to carry 5 or 6 people.
That's
They weren't.
you
I don't
see
care
it all
what
the
type of
time.
motorcycle you got. It's
What's
not
going
designed
on
to carry 5, 6 people.
there? Everybody pretty much what they call them, man. That's
That's
every fucking
Miguel.
ass about 'em.
Hey,
What's up,
Miguel.
brother?
What the girl just called him? Miguel? We're
They
pretty
call you man.
Miguel at.
They call you Miguel. I know they were saying Manuel, but hey, brother, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, everybody, Manuel is on, man. I know you're a busy person, always moving around, but brother, hey, man, before we forget, because we're not gonna stay on that long, maybe about 20 or 30 minutes with you, but man, Rico is coming in pretty soon, and he wanted to hook up with you in Santo Domingo, if that's all right. Y'all have a beer or something like that. Think y'all can hook? You can hang out with him.
Of course I can. Rico,
We
how are
ain't
you
having no
doing?
beer.
How are you doing? You look fresh. You
I'm
look
doing good. I'm coming in with a crew. I'm coming with a crew to be about 5 of us. And
you're coming to Punta Cana, right?
no, we're coming up to Santo Domingo for 3 days. So
All
we
right.
got gonna be in my house for 3 days. Then we're coming up to Santo Domingo for three
Hey,
days.
hey,
Me
hey, hold on
and my
one second. Wait,
son.
wait, wait, wait. Rico, I need your help real quick. Hold on. This is
Mhm.
my first time. You said I was gonna get this. What do I do with this ad
That's them damn bots that came in. I
what
don't
do I
know.
need to do? I just erase it or something?
Yeah, just erase
Block.
them. Kick it
Okay.
out the text fine.
Good.
Yep,
Okay.
there you
My
go.
bad. Y'all,
Block.
y'all, y'all
Just
go
block.
ahead. Man,
So
you gonna get a whole bunch of girls, man, when uh uh I think Manuel, you gonna get more girls when you hang around Rico. That's what it is.
I'm sure about it. Of
I'm
course.
sure. But put I'm be with the little fat old guy, right? I know how I go.
Yeah, I heard you were talking about the orange cars, and Rico is actually right. What he said is right.
Go ahead, talk to me. How does that work?
Those cars. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who asked the question, but it's
Mhm.
actually is a good question. Those cars are taxis in
Mhm.
Korea, South Korea.
Yep.
So they are in that color. That's the original color, orange.
Mhm.
So when you bring a car into the DR, it's kind of expensive. You have to pay a lot of taxes.
Mhm.
So it's very cheap when they come in orange. That's the original color.
Oh.
If
Mm,
they paint it with another color in South Korea, then it'll be more expensive to
mm.
import it into the country. That's why you see a lot of people driving orange cars because those cars are very cheap.
So it doesn't have anything to do
With
with
no damn
It's
spirit.
nothing related to the evil, like you said.
okay.
It's the evil money.
Yeah, so people get those cars to do
Mhm.
taxi or Uber, stuff like that.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Now,
hmm
now, now, just now,
Oh,
why do?
hold on.
Go ahead.
And you were
Go ahead.
talking about the propane gas. Those
Mhm.
cars comes come with the propane gas system, not the tank in the back, like you
Okay.
usually. It's fabricated. It is manufactured with the propane gas system in it. So you don't have to use gasoline for those cars. So it's actually very cheap. That's why you see
Right.
taxis and Uber drivers using those type of car. It's cheap. It's cheaper.
Now, is
But
it
then
is it safe? Do you believe it's safe?
Safe.
Safe.
I see a lot of accidents with those cars.
And what have you? Do you? Enrico act like the Enrico acts like it's just it's just gonna blow up into thin air. Just one day you're
No,
just gonna be
I have never seen one of those cars blow up, but I do see them crashed in the street.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
do you think it's worse than a regular gasoline car, or do you think it's the same?
I know it's cheaper. It's a lot
That's all.
cheaper.
Good
Yeah,
answer.
I
That's a
just
good
I
answer.
It's
just
a
think
lot
the
cheaper.
possibility of if
Yeah.
the impact is severe enough
Yeah.
and it hits where the propane tank is,
Mhm.
it may not leak like liquid. It may explode. So that's
Rico,
my thought.
if its impact is strong enough on a gasoline car, the same shit can happen with the same a damn gasoline car.
Well,
No, they just leak out.
that's not the way propane gas explodes like in the movies.
Yeah.
There has to be fire involved in it.
Yeah.
Well, then why do they
Yeah,
put it in the movie?
yeah. In the movie, you touch a tank, a propane gas tank, and boom, it explodes.
Right.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Are you shoot it, it explodes or something
Right.
like
yeah, usually it explodes. Yeah, but I
So
see what
that.
you know that people trying to find a cheaper way to drive. They put the
mm,
tank in the back. We are not as scared about it because that's how we cook. You in the States, you have a system underneath the
the
earth, right?
ground.
You have
In the
pipes.
ground.
We don't have pipes. We have
Yeah.
a tank. We put the tank in the kitchen, and
Mhm.
that's what we use. So that's why people are not as scared about it.
And that even took me a while to. Well, mine's is not in the kitchen, but it's still attached to the house. But
Yeah,
that
yeah. It's
even
in the
took
back
me
of
a
the
little
house, I
bit.
guess, right?
Yeah.
Yours is in the back of the house, yeah. But
It
it's
just took
still
me.
there. Yeah.
It's still there, yeah, because we
Mhm.
had to take it to the gas station to fill it up.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like say
Have,
in America, you rarely see that's like, nah, we
have,
don't see none of
No,
that.
no, no. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You don't
You are
see
not
it.
gonna see. Remember, this is a third world country, so
Right. Right. Have you ever seen? Well, I know. Well, I'm going to read this comment. Sadly, the DR is one of the worst in traffic accidents in the world. I
number
know.
one.
Yeah, number one.
Yeah.
Number one.
Mhm.
And I
I
was just
know.
telling you about the bus accident in Punta Cana
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
Did
guy.
you
But
heard
that
about that
wasn't
one? You probably heard about
that
that one,
Of
right?
wasn't
course.
even like that was just the guy was just a reckless driver because they got the whole video. He was just going too damn fast, came down off
Mhm,
the bridge to turn right, and
mhm.
you have a high standing vehicle. You got to slow those damn things down. He was
Yeah,
down.
we don't. I mean, this country, it's very careful when it comes to tourists. You've
Mm-hmm.
been in Punta Cana, and you know that, right? They try to protect them.
Yep.
So it's not very common an
Right.
accident involving tourists. In
Yeah.
this case, when they tested the driver, they found cocaine in his
Yep.
blood. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, but it did happen. A couple of people died, like
Hmm.
four,
Yeah.
not Americans. The two
I
from
think it was from
Argentina,
Peru or Argentina,
yeah,
Peru.
Argentina, Chile, yeah, stuff like that. But
That's
there,
The
so
question,
sad.
yeah, mhm,
the question I
That's
wanted to ask you was because something that like Buena Vista said, and even I said, um, it was like the drive. So for you got a license, right? A driver's
mhm,
license.
yeah.
What is the requirement? Like, what do you have to do to get a license? Because I hear it's pretty easy. Like in the U.S., even in the state of Maryland, I'm at, you got to
Mhm,
go to driving school. You got to pass exam. Then you
yeah.
have a stringent road test and things
Mhm,
like that. But I
mhm,
hear, and especially, again, no shade, but I'm like, we all know Dominican drivers. I'm like, them motherfuckers drive crazy.
yeah.
So people always say it's like I was like I don't know if they even take a test. It don't seem like they just give them the fucking key.
but
Mhm,
you guys, yeah. I've
What's
seen
your
your driver.
testing
I've
like,
seen I've
Manuel?
seen you guys' driver's license. I saw you showed me your driver's license. So
But what's the
I
test
mean,
like to get a
yeah,
license? What do you have to do
right.
to get
yeah,
a license?
yeah. Yo, first, 80% of the accidents, there is a motorcycle involved.
Right,
This is not actually cars.
right.
Cause
That's what I
yeah,
figured.
yeah, 80% of it. there is a motorcycle involved. Someone in a motorcycle driving like crazy.
Now,
Everybody in
didn't
the
they
DR has a motorcycle.
didn't they just make the law prior up to a certain point? Like if you were under 16, you could drive a motorcycle and you didn't have to have a license. And
Yeah,
then
yeah. Here comes the problem. You do need a license for a motorcycle, but most of the people driving a motorcycle, they don't have a license because they
right.
learn to drive a motorcycle without a license. So
Hmm.
once you learn, then you think you don't have the need to get the driver license.
Hmm.
Um, so you see people
Yeah.
14, 15 driving motorcycles, and then they become an adult. They have the motorcycle, they know how to drive it, but they don't get it.
Hmm.
But when it comes to a car, you need a driver license. I have mine, and the test is not that simple. I mean, you need to go through. Um, they give you like a car so you can drive it in front of an instructor. He's the one who give you the green light so you can get yours.
Hmm.
They do a drug test, like a blood test and shit. Pum, pum. Um, they give you like a driving permit for 45 days,
Hmm.
and then after 45 days you get the official one. But as I said, 80% of the accidents
Motorcycle.
are motorcycles, and
Mel.
the other 20% they happen after midnight. So
Oh yeah.
there's alcohol involved,
Alcohol. Yeah.
people driving like crazy
Oh,
late at
crazy.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. Now, and I know Melvin's had a good friend of his just was killed on a motorcycle, right? Not too
Yeah,
long ago.
yeah. A couple of
Yeah,
months ago.
he spoke at his funeral. I saw the video or whatever, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's just it's so sad, and these people, and now the mopeds, you have to have a license for a moped
No,
or
I don't think so.
yeah, yeah, they changed it. They just changed it. They changed it.
No, but
Uh,
I think that's for the motorcycle because now they got the
no,
sticker you got
hold,
to have on the back of your helmet, and now
hmm
they're making them because, like in Punta Cana, right?
yeah,
Believe it or not, they always had a helmet law.
no.
Nobody
yeah,
fucking followed
What
it.
I'm saying,
yeah,
Rico, is,
Mhm.
hey, I don't know what y'all call them, Manuel, but we call them motor scooters,
Scooters.
scooters.
Scooter. I have one of those. Yeah,
Right. So let me
You,
ask
you,
you this:
you have to have a license.
you at one
yeah.
time you did not have to have a license, but now you have to have a license for that,
Hold
right?
on. Let me show you something.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead. Mhm. So yeah, I
Because
think.
I know now, if you look at them now,
Mhm,
they're enforcing the helmet law, right?
mhm. Right.
Have you seen that now? And
Yeah, they are.
what I notice is on the back, so like your license for the motorcycle is on
Yes,
the back of
it's
your
on the back of
helmet
your helmet.
because it's like a
That's right.
barcode, right?
Yeah, I don't think that's not it's not
That's
you
a
don't have to have
registered,
that,
yeah,
but there
yeah,
it is
yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
That's
Look
it.
Cool.
at this.
There it is.
That's it.
That's cool. So is
If you
that
have one of those, if
you
you don't
have to
have,
have that now,
yeah, you have
Rico?
to have it. You have to have it. If you don't have it, then you're not going to prison, but you're gonna have to pay money. You're gonna have a fine, right?
So
Bail.
is that your license on the back of your
No,
helmet?
that's the plate number in
Okay.
my scooter. So this is the barcode. If
Uh-huh.
they scan it, they will see my information, like me, that I have a driver license number, blah 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 blah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. That's very interesting. I noticed that one thing, especially in San Cristobal, because we don't live too far from each other, but especially in San Cristobal, they have this big truck, this flatbed truck, and they have the police officers pulling you over, and they will load your scooter and your motorcycle
Hmm.
up, and they will make you walk home, or they load your motorcycle up just like that. They don't even ask questions. Go ahead? Is that
Yeah,
common? Mhm.
it happens when you don't have the papers. I mean, when they pull over, they pull you over. They say license and registration, right?
Okay.
If you have the license but you don't have a registration of the vehicle,
Hmm.
then it's not yours, or something is wrong. So they will keep it, and you come back with the registration of that vehicle. You have to go to the police to go get it, right? And you have to show them that it's yours.
Yes. Yes.
If you have your papers like I do, that conversation is going to be very short.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've witnessed them load up 20 motorcycles, and then
Yeah.
they have another flatbed Rico truck come right behind that flatbed truck, and then they start loading up more motorcycles, and they stop you, and they just keep that cycle going.
But I think they just like in the last year started enforcing that because prior to that, like
They've
You
been
just
getting
so
strict on it.
The
and it's
law
really
has
weird.
always been there. The
Right, but they
difference
never
is that
enforced it.
now they're putting pressure on it.
Yeah, because
Uh-huh.
I read in the paper that for so many years they had all of these unregistered motorcycles on the road. So people would just buy a motorcycle and they would never get tags. So they just ride around with it with no tags on it.
Right.
But now they're and they said, okay, they gave you a grace period to get it registered, get
Yeah.
what Melvin got on his helmet, and if you don't have it now, they pull you over and they take you.
Also, cameras. You have cameras everywhere, and if you commit a crime, they will see who you are right away because they will see this.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Hey, let me ask you this. Going to the subject that we were talking about, because we got about 10 more minutes.
Mhm.
Do you think that the Dominican Republic is becoming Americanized? And if it is, do you like it or do you not like it?
Well, let me see if I understand your question, because maybe you say Americanized because a lot of Americans are moving in, or what you're trying to say is that we are adopting the American culture. Is that what you're saying?
Adopting.
Well,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like
I don't think. Well, let's be careful. We're not talking about culture as much as we're talking. Well, I don't want
let's see what he said. Let's see what he
not
says, Rick.
Dominican, but like,
Yeah,
Let's see
because
where his mind is going with
okay,
it.
yeah, let me
But
see.
I see where you're
yeah,
going. Go ahead.
because I mean I don't think so, because I think the only part of your culture that we take, it's your music. Let's say hip hop, people like it here. You have artists that are very famous. We share baseball, which is we like the same. Everybody likes basketball also. So when you say that, I mean, we don't do Halloween like you do.
Right.
We don't even
That's a
celebrate
damn
Christmas.
shame.
We don't even celebrate Christmas the same way. I mean, we celebrate
Thanksgiving, no
Christmas,
Thanksgiving. No Thanksgiving, right?
no Thanksgiving.
Okay.
On the 24th of December, if Rico has been here, he has noticed that we do what you do for first Thanksgiving. We do it on December 24th. A dinner, a big dinner with the family. Um,
What is that?
on
What
the
is that
20,
called? What is that called?
we call it Nochebuena, which translate as like a good night or a good dinner in between the family. On the 25th, you guys get together and you um, give your family gifts, right? We don't do that on the 25th. We do that on January 6th for kids.
Gotcha.
So we purchase gifts for kids.
Three
So
Kings, Three Kings Day.
Exactly. So
I'm learning my
we do it
culture.
on January 6th. We do that. So we don't celebrate Christmas the same way as you do. We don't do Halloween. We don't do St. Patrick's Day.
What about Christopher Columbus Day? Christopher Columbus is there.
That was on December. No, I'm sorry, October 12th.
You
They
know,
do.
in the
We
DR.
don't celebrate. Of course, October. That was the 1492. That was when Christopher Columbus came
so is
into La
that considered
Isabela.
as a holiday?
We
You
don't
don't.
celebrate it, and it's not a holiday. I mean,
That's
Oh, okay.
crazy. We celebrate Christopher Columbus in the United States. He never set his foot on this damn
yeah.
soil in the United States. But I mean, you guys have a huge statue of him in the colonial zone area, but you guys don't celebrate Christopher Columbus like we
Not at
do.
all. There's actually nothing to celebrate about him.
Well, but y'all do that. But we got to be honest. You got a lot of towns and things named after
Of
them.
course,
So
because they came, they colonized,
right,
they had the power, they did the laws. So basically, they wrote history.
right.
So things are the way they did it. They built it, and that's the way it is. We speak Spanish because of them.
Mm-hmm.
We believe in Jesus Christ because of them.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, this is a Christian country because Christopher Columbus is the one that came here.
Right.
Probably, if Vikings would have done what he did, we would not be Christians.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But what? And I'll say this in America, which we're still fucked up that way too. But we're trying to change the things that we can as we become more evolved and aware. Like in a lot of places in America, they're stopped calling it Christopher Columbus Day because we now starting to call it Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yeah, that's
That's
yeah. We try to do the same actually.
yeah. We're
Right.
trying to change it and saying
I mean,
this is bullshit.
Christopher Columbus never set foot in the U.S. Thanks God, it was England, right? That's why you speak English.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. If I give you $500, me, you, and Brother Rico, we get a rope, get a pickup truck, and hook it up in the Santo Domingo and tie it up to the colonial zone and yank that Christopher Columbus statue down. Would you do that with me?
No, because we're gonna go to prison. That's
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
yeah. That money is not gonna be enough for the attorney.
But would you like it gone?
$500?
But no. But would you like it gone? I'm
Not
not
really.
gonna do it.
I mean, history cannot be erased. History is there.
Oh wait, I want to hear this. Rico. I want to hear this. Go ahead.
I mean, the guy actually existed, and he did what he did. Whether I think it was right or wrong, but he did what he did. I mean, the history is there.
Okay.
And I mean, why would I do it? It's there. I don't give a fuck if it's or it's not, but it's there.
So you're not offended of a Christopher Columbus at all?
Well, since I like to read history and I understand what happened.
Okay.
If it was up to me, he would not be there.
Right.
Yeah, but that's me. I mean, that's the way I think.
They killed a lot of Indians off because you all had on that island. It was Indians there, right? Yeah.
Well, hold on. Indians are from India.
No,
we had indigenous people.
I know indigenous.
We call them Indians, and
John called them Indians.
Yeah,
they were indigenous. The rest of us call them indigenous.
Maybe
Louisiana.
Yeah, well, you call them Indians in the U.S.
No,
but
we call them indigenous people. We've evolved.
No.
Yeah, because if you go from Mexico all the way down, the rest of America is indigenous. You got Mayas, Aztecas, Incas. So
they're indigenous in America. We now call them Native Americans.
Yeah, you're right. You call them Native Americans.
Right.
That's
we stopped calling them Indians because we evolved and we got smarter.
I apologize.
What I'm saying is that even with the Columbus thing, you're right. The history is the history, but in every country, and even in America, we're taking down Confederate statues.
Right.
They're doing the same thing in
England. The Washington Redskins football team
it never should have went up, and we need to take the shit down. We can't leave it up just because somebody in the past did a dumbass idea. History the true history isn't even up, because if the true history was up, it would be statues of other people up too. They just won't put them up.
Right.
So if you won't put them up, we can take some of these fucking
history will always be written by people in power.
Right. And with or without that statue, Columbus is still part of the history. He just don't need that fucking statue.
There you go. He's part of the history. The statue is necessary. The statue is unnecessary, but he's part of it. The motherfucker is part of it. I'm sorry.
That's right. So Ms. Taylor says, do you think, and just asking you that question again, do you think it's becoming more Americanized? We would love to know do you think it's becoming more Americanized? Do you see like what do you think when we say Americanized, we mean like is it starting to act like America? I know you've never been to America. Is it starting to act like that? Do you see oh wow, they do that in America, and that's I didn't see that when I was growing up.
What I'm telling you is things that actually impact our culture, music, sport. If LeBron James is doing something, people want to act like LeBron James. If the famous singer in the moment is doing some kind of fashion, people want to do that. But it's not because he's American. It's because that's the fashion at the moment. And US is the powerful country in the continent. Right? So you guys lead and we follow, right? That's the reality.
Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I mean, it's good. You guys are number one in economy, right? Everybody wants to go there.
I keep telling you.
That's the truth. Am I lying,
It's
Rico?
true. That's
That's
it.
the truth. You lead the economy. All of our countries, they owe you money, right? Because we have politicians that they don't give up. They don't care about people. They just care about their pockets.
Let me
We
ask
have
you.
we have politicians like that too,
But no.
Manuel.
Let me ask you a question, man. Because again, like I said, John, where it started was the conversation. I think somebody put it in the terms of KFC and McDonald's and things like that. Because I guess they noticed they start seeing more American fast food restaurants popping up throughout the DR. So I guess that was, and in particular, you know where I live. It's like I'm like Punta Cana is like a little small slice of America,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's because foreign investment is in there for
Mhm.
all of the tourists. It's gonna fucking become
Yeah.
what
So
they
you're
want.
right. I mean, fast food is a very huge industry in
Hmm.
the US, right?
Okay.
Who is going to compete? Argentina is going to compete with you guys? No, they're not going to come over.
Hmm.
McDonald's, it's huge. They have the money to put in a McDonald's in every corner, right?
Right.
So you control that. The U.S.
Do
control.
you
We
think
have Burger King, we have McDonald's, we have
KFC,
Pizza Hut,
Pizza Hut,
right? We have
Domino's?
Domino's Pizza.
What's
We
the
have
new one in What's the new one in San Cristobal? Is it
that's a
still?
local one. It's not from you. That's a
No,
local
no,
one.
that's
Oh,
no,
oh
that's
yeah, yes, yeah. You're right. That's
we
from the
just
U.S.,
it
right?
just popped up.
Yeah, Little Caesar. Yeah, that's
Little
yours.
Caesars, yeah,
Little,
yeah.
yeah, that's yours. Yeah, that's
They
yours.
built it. They built it when I was there, so that's a new one. That's a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the U.S., let's say the U.S. you print money as crazy, so you have a
right,
lot of money in circulation,
right.
and no one question it, right? Because
Mhm.
people believe in dollar.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Now
so. Mhm,
let me ask you this one other question because a part of it too was and I told like I was telling John, I said, well, some of the things I would love to see, and I hate using the term Americanized because they're like, oh, it's become more American. I said, well, there are some things I would like to see because you just said it, the Dominican people need to do because it would benefit the Dominican people, which is to push their government to do more for their people. So, like two areas that always pop off the top of my head is the state of public education and public health. I
mhm.
think it's horrible.
Yeah,
But I'm like, what I also say is, I'm like, you're right. The government and the politicians don't do anything. But then I hear Dominicans say, don't change. I'm like, no, y'all motherfuckers ought to want to change that. You
mhm.
ought to want to raise hell and complain and complain and complain and complain. So when people are complaining about how fucked up the school is, you shouldn't say, don't complain about our school. You should complain with them.
Yeah,
Because the
yep.
more people that would complain about it is the only way that change will come about. So sometimes I get frustrated because Dominicans will say, oh, I just want to come here and complain. I'm like, do you understand that things won't get better for you until you complain?
Yeah.
Because it's called the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And as
Right.
we know, I've watched the politics. I'm like, those guys in Santa Domingo, when Fiona came through in the areas like we Punta Cana got fucked. Punta Cana, we were back up in a couple of days. You know why? We got a private electric company. But a little further away, parts of La Romana and Igwe that relied on the government, they were weeks without electricity.
Mhm,
And you know what the people said? We'll pray. I'm like, in America, people would have been raising. We got hit with, and Fiona was a Cat 1, right?
mhm.
A Cat 5 hit Florida. Them motherfuckers was there the next day
That's right.
because we demand, and it's not that our government loves us. They don't love us. They know the hell that will be to pay because you will have another fucking politician that'll sit there and get all those people. And it's like only through the because America was the same way like the DR was back before the Great New Deal, where people were dying on the streets and like healthcare. Like in America, I don't care what's wrong with you. You can be documented, undocumented. You go straight to the emergency room. They ain't gonna let you die. You're gonna stay in a nice cushy bed, whatever, till they get you better and go home. You're gonna leave with a big ass bill. You might wish you were dead, but they ain't gonna let you die. In the DR, If you don't have that money,
I mean, I mean, the
you know
dying
that. I'm
part,
not making that part up.
but man,
That's what I want to see change.
but let me say this, Manuel. Why is it that I've had my back spasms? Why is it that I go to a hospital in San Cristobal and they don't ask me? They just ask for my passport. They look at my passport and they take care of me. They put an IV in my arm. They give me a shot. They give me muscle relaxers. They give me pain medicine, and I don't have to pay for anything. Why is that?
That was in a hospital, right? Public
Public
hospital.
public hospital in San
Yeah.
Cristobal. Why is that?
You don't have to pay in the public hospital. It's a public hospital.
But I mean, I'm not a citizen of the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we do it for Haitians. We are gonna do it for you. We do it
Oh,
for Venezuelans. That's public system, right? Now, if you talk about private, if you don't have the money, then you're gonna be in trouble.
so
In
but
private,
And
I don't.
or you get an insurance, obviously. If you have a health
Right.
insurance,
I
or
don't. I have health insurance in the United States. I don't have. I don't have health insurance in the Dominican Republic.
yeah, because you always been in the public hospitals, and you don't have to pay
So
in the
in the
public.
public hospital, okay, so now in the public hospital, there's minimal care. Is
Minimal.
that it?
Do you
You can have
understand
it.
it? Do you
So
understand
Yeah.
what you're saying?
All
Okay.
right.
in
So
private hospital, you have higher care and all care.
So if I
private
go ahead.
hospitals are better.
Okay.
Okay.
They are better, right? Because you are gonna have the attention is going to be faster.
So what if you need
think
a surgery?
you go to the public hospital, and you will have the surgery. It's not. You have, let's say, in a private hospital, you probably are doing 10 surgeries in one day. In the public hospital, you're doing 100 in a day.
And it's
So obviously,
fast.
the quality will not be the same.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
You have 200 people waiting for surgeries. Poor people.
Yeah.
And you probably have only 50 bed and 200 people waiting. So they do the surgery, but the process is slower.
Gotcha.
And they may not get to you before it kills you.
There you go. You're gonna have to wait.
Wow.
That's
The
yeah,
difference.
you have the same doctors that work in the public hospital are the same doctors that work in the private hospitals.
That was
But
gonna be
the
my
best
next question.
doctors work where?
That's not what.
The best doctors work where?
Oh, they're the same doctors.
They're the same doctors.
But in the
That's what he
private,
said.
in the
That's what he
private,
said.
in the
Rico, they're
private
the same.
system, they're getting paid more cash,
Right.
and they have more resources. Let's
Right.
say, because you got more people going to the public system,
Mhm.
so you got more. You need more beds.
Mhm.
You need more surgeons.
Mhm.
Let's say you only have 20 surgeons today, but you got 20 people. They just had an accident.
Right.
You got a problem. So
But what
the
if
government. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But what if I go to a public a hospital and I got a whole bunch of pesos in my pocket and say, hey, I need.
No, that's not gonna. They're gonna tell you, well, if you want to go first, you go to a private one.
Yeah. So you
You
still
got
got
20.
to be
You
in
got
line.
20 other people waiting.
But I'm not. I can't skip the line because I got a whole bunch
No.
of pesos in my.
No,
pocket.
no, that's not the way it works.
It doesn't work. But I mean, it worked like that with police officers in the Dominican Republic.
Oh yes. Police officer, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking. I thought
You
I would.
better learn the system, John.
I got to learn the system. But I can't walk in there with a stack of pesos and get to skip the line.
For example, you have in the border, next to Haiti, right?
Mhm.
Pregnant women from Haiti, they come here to the border to get medical attention.
Right.
They come to the Dominican Republic to give birth,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we have to take care of them. We don't tell them like, hey, you can leave and you can do whatever you want. No, they come and the doctors, they do what they have to do. But let's say the doctors only have 100 beds and they have 300 Haitian pregnant women there. Someone is going to complain because even though if they want to work faster, they can't.
Gotcha.
Because the demand, it's so high and they don't have the resources for so many people. In Haiti, they don't even have hospitals.
Really? Wow.
They come
Yeah,
here.
most of them are closed down.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Most Haitian kids since, let's say, 2010. Those kids born from 2010 to 2022, they were born in Dominican Republic, most of them.
So let me ask you this then. Okay, so now coming pivoting off of the healthcare conversation, let's go to the, and I ain't talking about private because I know private you pay education. Because I didn't even it didn't even dawn on me. I don't know why I didn't realize it, because even like I said, when I was talking to my wife, it's the same thing in her country that I didn't realize. Because like me and John was saying earlier, in the U.S., schooling is mandatory. You can't not go to school. If you got a kid and you don't go to school, your ass as a parent going to jail.
Yeah.
But I know it's not mandatory there in the DR. Like your kids ain't never got to go to school. Ain't nobody gonna come knocking on the door and say why your kids ain't going to school. But not even the attendance issue, but the issue I know where people always talk about, because even when people, and thank God I don't have any small kids, that's the first question any expat family talk about with coming over with their kids. It's like, okay, where can I get my kids to go to school? And the first thing they always say in all the groups is, don't let them go to the public school because the standards are so low.
Mhm.
Boom, boom,
That's
boom,
right.
boom.
That's right.
Get them in private school. And in the private school over there is a big business,
Yeah.
because they'll teach, American, westernized standards. They're accredited, even if you homeschool them, this, that, whatever. So that's probably the biggest expense that I hear where people are saying, more than housing is like, fuck, how much I got to pay a month for my kid to go to school. But
Mhm.
that's the thing where I was like, I would like to see it. It's like,
What's your comment on that,
Go
Manuel?
private. Go private. It's a lot better.
Go
Go to the
private.
private system for education. It's better.
But
Public.
what he's saying is like, wouldn't you like to see like they making that mandatory where
and make it
Yeah,
better,
no,
period.
parents are not going. They're not going to jail if they don't send kids to school. You're totally right. So, if there are no consequences, then it's not mandatory, right? Now, kids they have the right to go to school, to get education.
right?
However, if they're not gonna come and knock your door. Hey, are your kids going to school? That's not happening.
But then I hear that the schools are so poorly resourced as well. So even just like you said, the hospital. So I'm like, and it's that's like the teacher funding, the teacher salaries.
Yeah, the teacher
Uh,
salaries are better now because then is that you were saying that we have to complain. We actually do, but that's not. They try to hide it from the news. And that's it doesn't get international. That's why you don't see it.
mhm.
Teachers they were very they're getting more money now. It was worse before, so they get paid a lot better now compared to what they were getting before. You got 40 35 students in one classroom. In the US, we probably have what, 12, 15 per
Hell
classroom?
no,
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 you got more?
no. We got them numbers too.
Yeah, but like you said, like a
but
private school, you'll have less. But yeah,
but
it's
public
it's
schools, they
Public
fine.
say,
system here, you got
but, but
40 kids in one
but
classroom.
teachers are well funded. You
Yeah.
got plenty of
So,
equipment. You got plenty of supplies. You got plenty of building. You got plenty of other stuff,
Technology and
technology. So we have all that.
computers and all that.
So we have big class sizes.
yeah. So the money by law, the
Mhm.
money is there. The budget is there. We fought like, and I was part of it for 5 or 6 years,
Mhm,
doing like strikes in the street to get
mhm,
more
Okay.
money for school, to
mhm.
be better funded. We got it, right? But here comes the catch. When people get in power, I'm talking about politicians.
Hmm.
Once they become politicians and they get in power, they
Mhm.
change their mind and they become corrupted.
That's right.
So now what they do, they steal all the fucking money and they do a lot of things. They said they purchased 1,000 computers for kids, but they actually only purchased maybe 200,
Right.
Hmm.
and that's happening. The budget is there by law,
Right.
but that money does not go where it needs to
Where
go.
it needs to go.
It
Yeah.
Hmm.
stays in the
We got
pockets of the elite, the politicians.
right. We have the
Right.
same. We have the same problem in the United States too, Manuel. So man, that's
But not
awesome.
on the school funding though.
Yeah, so
They account
yeah,
for that
we
money.
do have a big problem here with
So
No,
you
they
public
just
account for
schools.
that school money.
Brett Favre just
He
you know.
stole welfare money. He didn't steal school money.
Well,
You see,
I think it
and you know
all.
what? Brett Favre didn't steal anything. The fucking governor gave it to him.
Oh yeah. Well,
Dumbass.
hey, that's
But, but
that
what I'm
is
saying is
right.
and that's the thing. The question is the funding has to be there, and because the one article I did read, because I saw somewhere the government got on somebody that was even the school. I think the person that was doing the school lunches, so that was supposed to pay, and he was sending the contract to one of his friends, and he was getting a kickback and stuff like that. So like you said, it's funded, but then there is a lot. You guys do have high levels of corruption
A
within the
lot.
government and within
Mhm.
the politicians. We do have some corruption in the
Right.
U.S. for fact.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got it worse. Ours
Yeah,
is worst.
You think so? You think so?
1,000 times worse, John.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
I,
don't have enough. They don't have enough systems in place to catch it. And even
right.
if they do, I keep seeing it. It's like, oh, the police. Even like the police. Oh, they seized drugs. They sold drugs, and they don't go to prison. So it's like, what's gonna make them stop doing it? They're gonna keep
So
doing it.
here's the problem. Let's say you are my supervisor, right? You're the one supposed to oversee what I do with the money.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But we are both politicians,
Mm.
and we're probably both from the same party. You are my friend. You're not gonna put me into jail. Probably I'm gonna give you commission for it. And
Right.
that's a fuck. That's a
That's the
Yeah, that's
problem.
why they never.
That's
that's like a
what,
that's like an illness.
It is.
Corruption is like an illness, and it
right.
goes from generation to generation.
Mm,
And when you are 20, 21, 22 years old, and you
Right.
want to do things right, but you see that the people above you, they're doing it wrong and there are no consequences, you say, then why would I do it? I mean, why would I
mhm,
go? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not justifying corruption.
Mm-hmm.
That's how young people see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working so hard, but this guy is a corrupt, and he's not going to prison. He lives better than what I do, so I will just do what he does.
Right.
mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, but we're gonna wrap it up in a minute. But Keela asked, "What? How did you learn how to speak English so well? How did you learn?"
I did it in school actually, not because my teachers taught me how to do it, but we had English classes, and I paid attention to it. I
That's
guess
good.
that's
But it seems to me it seems to me like it's not a lot of people that speak English just from learning from the English school. I mean, from the
no, no,
Dominican
no.
school
I just
system.
liked it, and I focused and I learned it. I just started repeating what they said in the movies, and I learned it.
Yeah, that's the only thing we learned back in the day was Arnold Schwarzenegger, "Hasta la vista, baby." That was it. So,
Yeah,
but maybe we should have. But man, I commend you for that,
yeah,
man. You
yeah. I'm
really
learning French now. I'm learning French. So in a couple of
Oh
months,
congratulations.
wow. Okay.
yeah.
Congratulations, man. So,
Mhm.
man, we're so glad to always have you. Everybody always asks about you. I know you have you busy sometimes, and we're gonna have you on again. We're gonna shoot for next weekend. If you're not too busy, we'll have you on again.
Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
can try to do at least if Rico is available, of course. We can do something within the week, maybe. If I'm not available next weekend, maybe a Thursday or I don't know,
Okay.
something
You,
like
you
that.
you just you just have to let us know ahead of time so we can put
Yeah,
you on the
yeah, yeah,
schedule. That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a couple of questions for you within the week. Because I see that you have a crisis on the border. You have a lot of immigrants coming across,
We
and I
keep a
see,
crisis on the border.
yeah, it's like crazy now. It looks like the border is open. Everybody's
It's
going through.
it's been. I mean, it's
It's
the
like crazy.
most
It's
now.
worse now. I think it's worse now, no? Don't you?
It's worse, but we've had it like this before, and they'll shut it down. And what they'll do, they'll let a lot of people in. Then a lot of them will get sent back out. A lot will
Yeah,
stay.
Haitian,
It's weird.
Haitian gunman says you're a suspect, bro. He talking about me or he talking about you? He talking about one of them. What we suspect about? Like we
I missed that one.
I think he trying to. I missed it too. And then she says, "I agree, Haitian gunman. I agree." We didn't say
Suspect.
that.
I don't know.
Somebody trying.
Oh, they talking about Manuel.
Oh
He's
man. Oh.
suspect. His English too good.
Oh, his English too good, man. Your English is awesome, brother, man. That's awesome. That's awesome,
I
man.
think you say that to make me feel good, but I don't think it's not as good as it should be.
Yeah,
But
you
No,
speak.
it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. You could
and if you
you
went
could
to English school, bilingual. No, I did. I didn't go to a bilingual school.
you didn't go to
No, no, no. It was not.
you speak
Well, I
English.
went to Loyola. That's where I studied, which is the best school in San Cristobal, probably in the country.
Yes, man. I'm gonna
It's
say. I tell you
Catholic.
this. Yeah. I heard of Loyola, but the only reason I know you're from the Dominican Republic is because you put "e" in front of a lot of things. Like I
Yeah.
said, like
Mhm.
I studied. I studied at Loyola. Americans don't say "is studied." We just say we studied at at Loyola. But that's the only time that
Yeah,
I know. Say okay, yeah. And a lot of Dominicans, even Melvin, he says the same things. I am going to
yeah.
the
It comes from our accent, from our Spanish background.
the egg. So
Yeah,
where does the egg come from again?
I
How
have
does it?
I have no idea because I don't notice it. You're the one who noticed it because this is not my primary language.
Right.
So
Oh,
that's why you notice it.
I'm not talking bad about it at all, but I just know that it. You're not the only person that I hear say that. You put the egg. You put "a" in front of certain things that "ed" don't need to be in front of. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about it. And I'm pretty sure once I start learning Spanish and I'm starting to learn it, you make sure you correct me and say, John, that sounded so
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah. When are you gonna try to learn it? In
I'm
2020, 30, or
no. When I get back, when I get back, I'm gonna pay you to show me how to do it.
No, he gonna hire Brenda.
oh yeah,
See, he didn't have to go there. He didn't have to go there.
Rico.
Uh-huh.
Before we go, Rico, how's your Spanish? You know at least do you know at least 10 expressions or words?
Cerveza, tequila, uh, hola,
Como tú estás?
How do you say water in Spanish?
agua.
Agua.
Are you okay? Okay. I'm
Yeah.
hungry. I'm hungry. How do you say that?
Uh,
To
too hambre,
Yeah, you go. There you
too
go. All right.
hambre,
Yeah.
Hey,
If
let's
you
hambre.
go ahead and ask us a couple questions about how to say something. Let's see who wins real quick.
Es,
how do you say school?
Escuela.
All
yes,
right.
escuela.
Cool.
I
Cool.
got that. Next one. Next one. I'm up one. I'm up one.
How do you say woman?
Mujer,
Mujer.
How do you
Okay.
say men?
hombre.
Hombre.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh wait.
Okay.
That's not right. That's not right.
Yeah. 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 That's right.
Okay.
How
Okay.
do you say? Okay. This is a difficult one. How do you say car in Spanish?
Carro.
Carro.
Car. Yeah, because of the R. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
can see. I can see.
Give us two more.
I was gonna say a bad word, but let me just go back.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. You taught me that malicon and maricon is totally different. You taught me that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are beautiful. How do you say that to a woman?
To uh
Uh,
to
too hermosa,
Yeah, that's right. To
awesome.
hermosa.
too
Good.
hermosa, too bonita.
Okay. How would you say to a woman, I like you?
Te quiero mucho.
Yeah.
No,
That's
yeah. Or
yeah. Good.
to gusto, to gusta.
That's do you like it? That's what you're asking is like,
Do you like
do
it?
you
Yeah,
like it?
that's kind of suspect.
Not,
Do you
oh,
like
so
it?
you're
Yeah.
saying I
So
like
you can do
it.
that when you are doing something,
Okay.
you can ask her.
Hey Rico, wait. See, you
Likes it.
learned that. That's I don't know about that, brother.
Well, and what you be like? To gusta? No.
And the last one, you don't know this one. How do you say bread?
Pan.
Fine,
Oh
fine.
yeah, you got it. So
Yeah,
you know the enough Spanish
right,
to not starve here. So you
right.
can eat, you can have cervezas, and you can fuck. because
That's
you know
right.
how to. Yeah.
I'm good.
Man,
I'm
hey
done.
man,
I graduated when I get
where
my
should I?
diploma.
Me living in San Cristobal. How should I learn how to speak Spanish? Like, can I pay somebody to teach me, or what should I
Well,
do?
I see you.
I'm
You
learning.
got so used to have someone who speaks English around you that you don't even try enough.
I
You
know.
have to try more. Like
I
you have to
will.
try because
I,
you got me, you got Melvin, you got people in your surrounding that speak English.
Darlene,
Yeah.
yeah, that's me.
So
Yeah.
you have to be forced to speak Spanish
So
Are
you
you
got
to
to
trying to
learn.
remove your
are you trying
flesh.
to say that? Are you trying to say black people are lazy? That's what you're trying to say? Is
No,
that
not black people. You, John.
I'm
You're
black,
lazy.
nigga. I'm black.
You're
I'm not
lazy.
lazy.
be careful with that. You said you was black. Some Dominicans say, "Hey, man, we're not black. We're just
Yeah.
Dominican." But you believe you're black, though, right? You're black. You're
Oh,
black.
I'm Dominican, obviously, but I'm also black. Look at my elbow. Look.
That's right.
You need
That's
some
right.
Yeah,
lotion.
that's
Everybody
Africa
needs
right
some
there.
lotion.
That's
That's,
Africa. You
yeah,
yeah.
that's my African. Yeah, you see, that's my
That's right.
signature.
That's good,
Hey,
brother.
Manny. I'm gonna give you a call because we'll come up into the city the 29th.
29th of October.
Yeah, this month.
All right.
So we're gonna come because I think that's a Saturday. So we're gonna come
Okay.
in that Saturday. We'll probably get in there a little late, but we'll be there that Saturday till Tuesday. So we can hook up Sunday, go have some drinks, hit the clubs, whatever.
All right.
Sounds
So
good.
you are coming with, you said like five other people.
Four other people is me and three of my sons and a friend of theirs.
All
So it'll
right.
be the
Well, you
five
let
of
me
us.
know when you're here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
We're,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
give you a
drive
number.
up from Punta Cana that afternoon, maybe around. We're probably gonna leave from Punta Cana maybe about 2 p.m. So I'm expecting we'll go check into the Airbnb at maybe about 4 or 5. So if you want to come out and hang out that Saturday, because the only club I know was I told them, have you ever been to Paris? It's in Santo
That's in
Domingo.
Santo Domingo, right?
It's called
Yeah,
Paris.
I know. I know. They have a tower, like the
Yeah,
Eiffel
yeah, yeah,
Tower.
yeah, yeah.
I know.
Is it
Yeah.
nice?
Hey,
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. Mhm.
Oh,
Kia
okay.
says, take me. I get. Oh, maybe she's talking about you, Rico. You need to, you need.
I don't know if you want to, Manuel. We don't take sand to the beach, do we?
She look, man,
Yeah.
she look beautiful in this picture right here. She looks
We don't
beautiful.
take sand to the beach. She is
Well,
beautiful, but we don't take sand to the beach.
do you know her, Rico? Do you
No,
know
no, I don't.
Kai Pina?
No,
No.
I don't know her either. I have seen her before, like on the on the YouTube thing, but she's a subscriber. And hey,
If she when we're in town, I'll reach out, and anybody want to reach out, we can meet up at the Zona Colonial. Because I've definitely got to take the boys down there. We'll probably want to. The only beach I know, unless you know another one near Santo Domingo, I was telling John, as far as I know, everybody go to Boca Chica, right?
That's like the number
So,
one in Santo Domingo.
right.
right,
So
right.
we'll
Yeah,
go there and have to deal with.
that would be nice for you because you're a tourist. So there
Mhm.
you will see a mixture of everything we do in the Dominican Republic.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
noisy, a lot of music, food, fish, everything is there.
Yeah, I just want to take the boys and say, hey, let's. This is what you see during the daytime, and you know what they'll be doing in the evening.
Gotcha. Yeah, hey brother, I see you got to go. No, Manuel does not have a passport for the United States, but because you got to get a passport and a what is it?
Visa.
A visa. That's right. So man, thank you so much, brother. I got to take my medication and get me some rest. Thank you so much as always. God bless, man. Y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. I'm gonna make sure off the air.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna switch the phone number.
Tell Ty. Oh, she been there 4 months and don't have any friends.
I don't have any friends yet, so maybe I don't know if you're dating anybody, but I don't know. Hey, are you with anybody, Manuel? Are you dating anybody yet?
I'm
Are
single.
you? Are you
I'm
single?
single. Yeah.
So hey, Kai, if you want to reach out to Manuel, hit me on my my WhatsApp number and just get with me, and I'll give you Manuel's phone number, and
Well,
y'all.
she says she's been living here for 4 months.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get in
And-
contact to Coach, and he will get in contact to me. I'll take you around and show you
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
area.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will. But so hey man, y'all thank y'all so much. Rico, thank you so much, brother. I don't want to talk about digressing and final words because I want to get on off, but y'all take care and we will be in touch. God bless y'all, man. Y'all take care. Thanks for being a part of
Rico,
the
nice to see you again.
All right, and I'll give you a call, man.
Yeah,
Manuel.
okay, cool.
peace.
All right.
Thanks to all my subscribers and everybody. Thanks, guys. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.